ABC's NFL Monday Night Football, the 5-1 Cincinnati Bengals against the 4-2 San Diego Chargers. This ABC Sports exclusive is brought to you by Miller High Life, the best beer for the best time of the day. Welcome to Miller Time. And by the Buick Motor Division and your Buick dealer, who proudly announced the 1983 Buicks. Considering the impressive choice in automobiles they offer you, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick? And by Revlon, the people who make the world a little more beautiful with fragrance for you. Hello again, everyone. Frank Gifford, along with Howard Cosell, Don Meredith. Two high-powered offensive teams, two of the finest in the NFL today. And there is Forrest Gregg, the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Man who's very special to me, Giffer. In '64, Lombardi said, to me, he's the finest player I've ever coached. Run to daylight. That's what that quote's from. And Gregg combines the teachings of Lombardi as we move to Coryell and his own qualities as a player. Gregg has succeeded. What about Air Coryell, Don?
Well, you know, he looks like he's always got a headache or something. He's one of those pacers up and down the field, and you wonder why, because he's been a head coach for 24 years. College and pros only had one losing season, and here in San Diego, he puts that ball in the air, but the last 3 years they've been the AFC West champs, 79, 80, 81. Kenny Anderson, as you mentioned earlier, is having a good year.
He's having a superb year, but that's nothing new for Anderson this year, passing just under 67%. Of course, everybody's NFL MVP of a year ago, and this guy, what can I tell you other than against San Francisco a week ago last Saturday, he put on one of the great shows I've ever seen by a quarterback. 33 of 48, 450 yards, 5 touchdowns, never sacked, no interceptions. So we've got two of the finest quarterbacks in football today going at it. They're looking as if they will both be in the 8 teams from the AFC in the playoffs, but they're looking for those added little luxuries like home field advantage, and they really don't like each other. Cincinnati beat them twice a year ago. Regular season game, they beat them 27-7, or rather in the AFC Championship 27-7, and Cincinnati romped all over. I mean, regular season 40-17. Benershka bangs it away. And it'll be Rodney Tink, a rookie out of Texas. Great speed, trying to get to the outside and use it. And he's corralled there at the 25-yard line up to the 26. And Kenny Anderson will lead out the offensive-minded Cincinnati Bengals. And everyone thinks about San Diego being strictly a passing team. Well, Cincinnati puts it up on an average of 32 times a game, and San Diego puts it up on an average of 37 times a game. So there's really not a whole lot of difference. Maybe the difference is the fine defensive unit of the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go. First play for scrimmage. The setback. Pete Johnson, the big bull, number 46, weighs about 260. And Anderson on first down goes out to Johnson. And he does not hold on. It'll be second down and 10. The defensive unit, they're trying to improve it. They have won 3 Western divisions of the AFC here at San Diego, and they feel they've lost because of defense. They've made some changes, not in that group, nor in this group, but in their secondary there are some changes. They traded for people. Bruce Laird was one. You remember Tim Fox from New England. Jeff Allen, formerly of the Miami Dolphins, and later the Canadian Football League. Second down and 10. 26-yard line of the Cincinnati Bengals. We're just underway. Anderson goes right. Finds the tight end, Dan Ross. And Dan Ross out over the 45-yard line to the 47-yard line. First down and 10. Dan Ross, one of the unheralded great receivers in this league.
Exactly so. From Northeastern. He has quickness. He doesn't have speed. He's got quickness, guile, and strength. And this play, a very vivid evidence of it. Watch him. Apparently stopped here. Spinning away from the tackle and then bursting upfield for another 6 yards. Dan Ross.
Got a nice block from Lennon King that time. Of course, Lennon blocked one of his own men. That was a good block.
47-yard line. First and 10, Cincinnati. Play action almost picked off, hitting the middle linebacker. Cliff Thrift right in the hands, and he is really exercised over that. It'll be second down and 10.
Thrift was a doubtful commodity a year ago. Don, why don't you take over?
Well, yeah, the thing, he didn't go for that fake in the middle. You saw Cliff, they had a little quick fake up in the middle to try to hold him. That was Charles Alexander, number 40. He played it really well. Kenny shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No, he shouldn't have. He's a vastly improved player, was the point I was going to make. Cliff Thrift, around the football much more this year.
It's second down and 10. Anderson on top again. Looks out of the flat. Goes out to his setback, Charles Anderson, and Anderson works his way up into San Diego territory, short of the first down. And it'll be a pickup of about 8. Leaving Kenny with a 3rd down and a long 2. We'll call it 3. 3rd and 3.
Cincinnati a frequent user, Dandy, of that quick hitch pass to the sideline, whether to Pete Johnson, that failed earlier, but it'll be used much more through the night, and Charlie Alexander.
I want to talk about that because that's a good point. Alexander and Johnson do complement one another. Alexander's a speedster, and Johnson weighs about 260.
3rd down, 3. Anderson back. Wide open is Collinsworth. Collinsworth inside the 30-yard line to the 26-yard line, and we could be heading for a shootout tonight.
I never do figure out how they get that wide open. You know, you look up here sometimes and you say, man, they got them covered like a rug. Chris made a good move at the line of scrimmage there. Just went out and turned up, and they couldn't get out there in front of him. That was Woody Lowe, number 51. He made a move around him. Nobody was around him.
He's just a fun-loving, sensational athlete. Remember him on the Monday Night Football Superstars?
Oh, yeah.
When Gifford tried to race him?
He does about a 9.6 or 7. 26-yard line, 1st down and 10. Cincinnati on the move.
I'm telling you,
this is Archie Griffin out of the backfield, and Griffin inside the 20-yard line in the arms of Cliff Grip. A gain of about 6.
It's a fun game. I like when he moves like that. Move that, pop that ball, move it around.
Not only that, you know, at any time, if Kenny finds his people covered, he's got the mobility to do what Dan Fouts can't do, which is not a derogation of Dan. He can move that football on the ground and frequently does. The man from Augustana.
2nd down, 4. Collinsworth is left. Archie Griffin stays in with Big P. Johnson. Former 2-time Heisman Award winner, Archie Griffin. Out of the backfield again.
I'm telling you.
Going out to Dan Ross once again, and we'll have another 1st down, and it will be inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st down, goal to go.
Greg was talking to me today, we haven't seen him yet, as we look at a repeat of that play, about Steve Kreider, backup receiver from Lehigh. How he has become so critical. So they've got a whole core of receivers. You mentioned San Diego has such great ones. These guys are not chopped liver.
They're all tall, too. Every one of them is over 6'3". I like those tall. Lehigh Engineers, right? I remember that group. Robbie Cowan's old school.
San Diego defense struggling as they did against the 49ers. Fired, complete over the middle and close to the goal line. I believe it's Archie Griffin. Out of the backfield once again.
San Diego defense has got me and say, wait a minute, who are these guys? And they haven't even come close.
Well, they saw Joe Montana do it a week ago last Saturday. But they got their own folks out there when they come out on offense.
That's absolutely true, but you've already said it. You said it squarely.
And well.
Cincinnati has better defense. They're a more balanced football team. Let's see if it proves out tonight. That's why they beat them twice last year.
The 3 tight ends are in the ball game. 2nd down, goal to go. Short yardage offense. And the goal line defense for the Chargers. And Pete Johnson, deja vu Super Bowl, as he is banged and forced back for a loss of about a half a yard.
That was 260 pounds running head-on into 330 pounds. I think that was Louis Kelcher right there.
He looks like a condominium out there.
Hey, dude. Kelcher is 315 pounds. We said when they played the Chargers, they can't weigh him on a Toledo scale. They have to take him to the produce market.
He has not been totally healthy this year. He was out last week, but he's back in there, supposed to be in top form.
He does have a lot of it in front, doesn't he?
He does.
3rd down, goal to go. Play action by Anderson. Good runner, Anderson, looking for the receiver, has to throw it away.
And that flag goes
down, and there could be jostling. M.L. Harris was in the end zone, number 83. And Bruce Laird was there with him.
No flag. The receiver was out of bounds.
No flag. The receiver was out of bounds, therefore ineligible. It's 4th down. And Forrest Gregg
says, what?
We got here so easy.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
But he's got memories. He's got memories of the San Francisco goal line stand against them in the Super Bowl game. And he's apparently going to settle for the field goal.
Out comes Jim Breach.
Little Jimmy Breach.
4th down. Mike Fuller, a former San Diego Charger, acquired on waivers a year ago by Cincinnati, is the holder for the Bengals.
You only get 3 out of this when you're down on the goal line virtually.
They were inside the 1. They tried to shoot Johnson up the middle, and big old Louis Kelcher and Gary Johnson rained all over him.
You only get 3, you come up empty. And the way they're missing extra points these days, you can't even count on this.
Breach is 11 of 14 on the year. Very accurate short kicker. Fuller gets it down, and Cincinnati has a 3-point lead. But again, almost a slight victory for San Diego after Cincinnati had been inside the 1. We'll be back in a moment. Bengals have won the last 11 games in which they have scored first.
If San Diego knows that, then they're in trouble right now.
They could just as well go home.
They can work on some stuff they can use next week.
Here's a dangerous little return man, James Brooks. Had an incredible output of total yardage a year ago. Receiving, rushing, returning kicks. Breach, not a long kicker. And over to the side, it will be Andre Young.
Look out, Andre.
Andre Young tucking away the football as the Bengals were going for it. And now we'll watch Dan Fouts coming onto the field, characterized by one of his former coaches to us, Bill Waltz, is one of the toughest quarterbacks mentally he's ever seen.
He's got a pretty good sense about what he's doing here. He's, of course, breaking all kinds of records that you look at his offensive backs and receivers he has there. But he says, I just happen to be at the right place. It's like a surfer. I caught a good wave here in San Diego. They throw the heck out of the ball. So he's going to have loads of records that will probably be hard to beat.
First down and 10, 22-yard line, San Diego's first possession. And Cincinnati will jump all over the field. They love to blitz the Chargers. This is Muncie. And down goes Muncie, and Glenn Cameron, the inside linebacker on the right side, was there defensively. We'll look at that defensive unit. They are very solid. They play mostly from their 3-4. They will move around a great deal, however. Eddie Edwards, great pass rusher. And on the inside, Jim LeClaire, brilliant in calling defenses, changing them off. And what can you say about Ken Riley? He's been around for a lot of years, 14 to be exact, 55 career interceptions, and still able to go head-and-head with the best. Chuck Muncie, single setback, second down and 10, 2 tight ends for San Diego. Fouts looks downfield, finds the big tight end. It is Kellen Winslow with his 36th reception of the season. 2 times, 80 and 81. He's led the NFL in receptions.
You mentioned Bill Waltz as we take a ground level, another look. Bill Waltz said it all. He said, you give Fouts time, he's the best quarterback in football. But don't give him time, then Anderson is the best quarterback in football because of his mobility.
33-yard line is the first down for San Diego. Muncie, he'll throw. One hand wide open. It's Chandler. It'll be an easy 6. Muncie taking the run to the right. Set up, Chandler ran right by the cornerback, Louis Breeden, and San Diego is on the scoreboard with the lead.
I love it. That's so much fun.
We've got a game.
He was wide open, wasn't he? Quick pitch. You see Chuck, he looks like he's going to run right there, and that's the real key.
67-yarder in his second touchdown pass of the year. Chandler's 5th touchdown reception.
Give this to Henry Stram. He continues to rave about Muncie. Hank's draft choice when he was coaching New Orleans. He said today, we had lunch together, Howard, I still think Muncie is one of the greatest all-around football players I've ever seen. And he's learning to hold on to the football.
Ralph Benershka for the conversion. And San Diego is electrified. A partisan crowd, a sellout crowd of 52,000 plus here at Jack Murphy Stadium. Their first possession, Muncie to Chandler. San Diego has the lead. They indeed were number 1 on that particular play. Muncie hit it very well. It looked like a run. He was hiding behind Big Ed White, second-year man out of Kansas. Good speedster. Benershka kicks a booming kick that carries deep in the end zone. Verser is well advised to stay, and he does so. Watch him hide this pretty good behind big number 67, if we can see it from the ground level.
It also set up, it looked like a run, and he winds up throwing that ball about 45, 50 yards. That wasn't a bad throw. Wes had him, didn't he?
Don't go away too far tonight, because it'll happen very quickly with these two ball clubs.
Until a critical mistake is made by one of the teams. A key intercept, a key turnover.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Archie Griffin remains in with Pete Johnson. Griffin spin out to the left. Johnson single setback. Anderson dumps it off to Dan Ross. Ross upended, fine tackle by Bruce Laird, one of the youngsters, not so young by the way, an 8-year veteran, 11-year veteran, 8 years with Baltimore.
He had a big stint with Baltimore, you'll remember.
And he started practically every game there for 8 years with them.
American International.
Good hard hitter. You saw good open field tackling on the part of Laird. Loss of a couple. It'll be second down and 12.
This is a big series. As early as it is for Cincinnati, they've got to reestablish.
Collinsworth way out there, top of your screen. Archie Griffin now wing backs to the right. Anderson wide open, Dan Ross, and he'll get the first down out to the 33-yard line.
He has become one of the impressive, underpublicized tight ends of this league. Look at that, 55th consecutive start, longest streak on the team.
Well, he had, Frank mentioned at the top, he had Chris really split out. But you see Dan go under in the middle, under that linebacker. Nobody's there. When I see something like that, I got to say maybe they missed some kind of a defensive assignment. Should be a linebacker back in there somewhere.
Northeastern, a school to be watched. They were in the NCAA basketball tournament last year.
33-yard line, first and 10 to Johnson, screen left. And Johnson dragged down from behind by Gary Johnson. The defensive tackle on the inside, pursuing all the way out to make the stop. And it'll be a loss of a yard.
I think they're prepared for that play this time around. The Chargers, judging by the early going. That's been a patented play for the Bengals.
Now they mark the ball inside the 32-yard line. We'll call it second down and 12. Collinsworth again, wide to the left. Isaac Curtis, a blazing speedster, number 85, bottom of your screen. Anderson, Archie Griffin, and Griffin taken once again. Open field by Bruce Laird, a pickup of about 4. It'll be third down and 8. You know, Don, you watch Anderson, he throws the absolutely aesthetically beautiful spiral.
Yeah, you know, Frank, I don't know if that's always good. I think
that's just pretty.
Well, I know, but you think he may not be a team player. The ball's easier to catch. That thing could come in there too tight for you. You know, to me, a tight sparrow is hard to catch. Now, Kilmer, that was a hell of he was a team player. Kilmer was a team player.
Third down and 8. Anderson, beautiful pass to Isaac Curtis. He threw it before Curtis even broke.
You talk about a perfect throw. Come on, Don.
Well, I said it may be too perfect. That ball's hard to catch down there. You look at that thing spin. You ask the receiver, that thing's spinning too tight. Isaac Curtis has been the speedster on the Cincinnati team for a number of years. He's been there for a while, but look at that ball. Now that one, see that ball. See that thing is coming. That is so hard to catch. It hit him right between the 8 and the 5.
But Isaac doesn't have his former speed, and now he's a receiver like number 18, Charlie Joyner, on the Chargers.
Using his smarts.
That's right.
47-yard line of San Diego. First down and 10. Draw play. Johnson. Big gaping hole in Johnson. Carries Chargers inside the 40 for a gain of about 7.
Interesting drive twice. On third down plays, Anderson has come through. What an unhurried, utterly professional quarterback.
Johnson is bigger than the defensive lineman he was carrying, Keith Ferguson.
Frank, remember Bill Walsh Saturday night telling us how he scouted Anderson at Augustana? We'll resume that story later. Very interesting.
Second down, 3. 39-yard line of San Diego. Chargers out in front, 7-3. Anderson, Collinsworth, complete. Inside the 25-yard line. This is fun.
It's going to be the last one to get the ball again, I think.
You talk about picking guys apart.
23-yard line. First and 10, Cincinnati.
Again, it's just a big hole in there. He's not doing anything fancy. There's a zone defense. He's going in between those linebackers. And those are the kind of routes that you get in there, and they're easy routes to throw because you're really throwing at a stationary target.
One gets a sense of commanding power with Fouts. One gets a sense of utter poise and guile with Anderson.
1st and 10. Pete Johnson. Take it down from behind. Good open field tackle. It was Woody Lowe, the veteran from Alabama.
You saw Woody's speed come in there that time. He had a slight angle on Johnson, but made it up in a hurry from that linebacker position. Got him down.
It's such a temptation when you watch Kenny Anderson or Fouts to just say, heck, we can't cover him. Let's just blitz. But once you start doing that, both of them are so cerebral in picking up the optional receivers, and you usually wind up with single coverage with the blitz. They can really rip you apart if you're not successful on your blitz.
That's a good point.
2nd down and 8. Gain of 2 by Johnson.
Here comes one right here.
And it did force a hurried throw by Anderson. Incomplete. Isaac Curtis, intended receiver. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Len, he threw to Curtis, but Curtis was being covered by Mike Williams, who is probably the best defensive back San Diego has, without ignoring Timmy Fox, the acquired Patriot. And he was all over. Mike Williams was.
You saw Lyndon King too, leveling Anderson on the blitz. He had to get rid of it. He had to hurry. 3rd and 8. Anderson. Lots of time. Fires complete to Collinsworth.
First down yardage.
The first down, and they will mark it, I think, just inside the 12, which should give him first down yardage. And Mike Williams, the fine right cornerback for San Diego, is shaken up.
You talk about coming through on 3rd down, Don.
You look, you see Skinny hesitate a little bit. I got a feeling that Chris may be in a backup receiver. Now you see, that's a good move by Collinsworth. Move over that open space. He had his first down. And there you see the collision. Actually, it was Lyndon King that ran into Mike Williams there. I believe it was the shoulder or something.
The key, of course, is to get the first down yardage as we look at the injury. And lately, too many players have not been achieving the first down yardage. I don't know why.
I like to see him move, too. When receiver's out there, he's got to move to that open spot.
We'll be right back in San Diego. Mike Williams appears to be all right. Held his left shoulder, now squeezing his right hand. He was hit by his own man, Lyndon King, on the tackle in which Collinsworth came up with a Cincinnati first down just inside the 12-yard line.
Going to put Willie Buchanan over there in his place. Willie slowed down a little bit.
3:40 remaining in the first quarter. San Diego 7, Cincinnati 3. On first down, Anderson back. Looks for Griffin, incomplete. He was well covered. Woody Lowe was there. Also Cliff Thrift. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
This is an interesting series. They came up empty the last time around when they were on the goal line. Louis Kelcher making a great defensive play. Let's see if they can get it in this time. By the way, you're right about Buchanan, but as Frank noted, they're playing zone, the Chargers are, and maybe Buchanan can get away with it.
2nd down and 10. 18 passes out of 21 plays by Cincinnati thus far. Johnson tries to one-handed behind him, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Johnson was open, and Anderson put it behind him.
First bad throw by King. The first.
Could be another moral victory for that San Diego defense if they can hold them 2 times without a touchdown.
Absolutely. You come up empty on the TD twice.
Big Louis Kelcher comes back into the lineup. They'll have a 4-man front. Now the Chargers. Jeff Allen has moved over to the right side. Willie Buchanan in the lineup.
Good
Anderson, good runner. A flag is down as Anderson, the second leading rusher for the Bengals a year ago, gets into the end zone, but a flag is down.
There'll be a holding penalty.
Referee Gene Barton.
There it is.
Holding 57 defense.
Oh!
Only refused. Touchdown.
Lyndon King holding. Touchdown stands as Kenny Anderson ducked under the charging San Diego Charger, raced it into the end zone from 12 yards out.
Again, evidence of the greatness and speciality of Kenny Anderson. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a good move. Gary Johnson put a good little pressure on him. Leroy Jones was in there also.
Just a superb athlete. Went to Augustana on a basketball scholarship. Has his law degree. Very special person. Kenny Anderson. Jim Breach put Cincinnati back out in front. Cincinnati with a 10-7 lead with 3:22 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back. Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego. Frank Everett, Howard Cosell, Don Meredith. Cincinnati Bengals have pulled in front once again. They lead 10-7. Set to kick off. Jim Breach. Brooks is dropped for San Diego. Breach once again as we look at James Brooks, second-year youngster. First-round draft pick of a year ago. Again, high but short, and this will be Brooks from the 6-yard line. Flag is down, and Brooks is down out over the 20-yard line.
You can almost count on the flag. You know, I've never seen so many of those.
We remarked on that last night. Frank, have you ever seen so many penalties on kick plays?
So much on punting and kickoff teams, and we always get this.
But they call it pushing. It's a pushing thing.
While they mark it off, remind you, Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports, World Figure Skating Champions from Denmark, International Ski Flying Championship from Austria, ABC's Wide World of Sports, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central.
And may I announce proudly that ABC's Wide World of Sports has selected as its Athlete of the Year 1982 Wayne Gretzky, Edmonton Oilers, National Hockey League, 15 NHL scoring records last year, 92 goals, 120 assists, 212 points. Remarkable athlete, remarkable young man. We're proud of the selection.
Way to go, Wayne.
Penalty on Woody Lowe, moves it to the 11. This is Chuck Muncy. Muncy attracts the crowd, and they swarm all over him, and there will be a loss. Back to the 8-yard line. Jim LeClaire was there first. He got help from Reggie Williams.
He should have thrown that one.
Let me go back to a year ago in a regular season game when Cincinnati came in to play San Diego. They absolutely wiped up on them, 40-17, but they got to Dan Fouts. They sacked him in that game 6 times. Now keep in mind, Fouts was only sacked 19 times the entire year last year. So Cincinnati got almost a third of them in one game. They do it with a combination of blitzes, a very coordinated defense. You can see them move around right there. Second down, 13. Chandler underthrown. It'll be third down, 13.
I like to see that on defense, Frank. It's some really very imaginative moves over there. That particular play, they had a 4-down lineman. A linebacker jumped in the line, and right at the snap of the ball, he comes back out. It really does confuse that blocking. I think Dan's only been trapped 5 times this year, hasn't he?
Only 5 this year for Fouts.
But Frank mentioned Cincinnati, and I like that Cincinnati linebacking core. So mobile, so agile, so often around the football. Bo Harris, Jim LeClaire, Glenn Cameron, and one of the most remarkable young men in the league out of Dartmouth College, Reggie Williams.
Third and 13. Fouts in the end zone. Fires it to Chandler. He races for the first down, and I believe he's got it.
He does have it.
Wes Chandler with the great speed took the little dink pass from Fouts and turns it into a first down.
And they had to give Chandler the room they did because of the greatness of Chandler, one of the best all-around athletes in sport today.
Well, it really did start with a key, though. That offensive line did a terrific job. They gave him plenty of time. That was a late developing pass pattern that time. Chandler came open late.
It was Lewis Breeden who had to bring him down.
Quick count. First and 10 at the 23, and this is Muncy spinning and twirling out to the 28-yard line. Right at 6, it'll be second down and 4.
Forgive me, Frank. Right there, you saw the hit by Bobby Kemp, number 26, the strong safety. Hank Buller, the doctor of defense, the defensive coordinator of the Bengals, was telling me today we owe a great deal to Kemp. He has turned any number of games for us with the big hit, causing the fumble, the turnover.
Another quick count by Fouts. And almost picked off by Riley. We may get a pass interference. Riley trying to go over Charlie Joyner to get to the ball. Ben Riley protesting. He was playing the ball, but he did make contact.
Defensive pass interference, number 13, first down.
Let's just watch the defensive secondary work here for a minute. It's not a zone. They got a man-to-man coverage. He's getting some help. You see Riley go over the top of Joyner. It was almost picked off. Let's see if we can see a little bit closer here. 13 is going to come in.
Defensive backs under new rules can't do much anymore.
Really, his leg, I believe, got him as much as it. They were holding hands when they got through.
The first down is at the 49-yard line of San Diego. Fouts hurrying to the ball to Kellen Winslow. He was under tremendous pressure.
Look at
big old Russ Washington right in his lap.
Well, Glenn Cameron was in there with a burst. One of those linebackers I talked about.
It's one of those situations. You see Leclerc, he's got it.
Leclerc.
But that was a well-timed blitz. The defense got off quicker than the offense did that time on the snap.
Brian Hicks in there, too, and Glenn Cameron.
Quarterback needs to change that count every now and then. You get in the habit of calling the snap on the same play, same number. That defense will pick it up.
Safety blitz is risky, but as you saw, very effective. Second down and 10. Fouts again in the quick count. Flag is down as Fouts gets the ball into Joyner. Flag is down at the line of scrimmage. Joyner is down at the 32-yard line.
But notice this is the kind of situation, Don, where Fouts will go to the great veteran Charlie Joyner. The quick hitter, the precise route, the ability to find open space, no matter what the penalty.
They'll bring it back.
That ball was thrown with a great deal of confidence, no matter whom he threw it to. But you're right. He threw it to Joyner. I saw him throw one to Winslow earlier. Throw it when they don't make their break, and you got that confidence to throw the ball. Charlie's had a terrific career, and particularly here in San Diego. All the coaches and all the players love him a lot. He worked hard. They say in his entire career, they don't think he's ever loafed a single play in a single football game. That's a heck of a compliment.
Started 129 of his last 130 games. He's durable. Charlie Joyner. Movement by Winslow, 5-yard penalty, second down, 15. But now Cincinnati is going to say they were drawn off.
That's right. And they may have been. Oh.
Leclerc says, Winslow, would you move back out where you're supposed to be? Get out there.
By the way, I wouldn't play around with Leclerc. He's a tough cooker. 11-year man out of North Dakota.
Gene Bart wisely pulls his officials away from the crowd of players.
Kind of sensed about 3 plays ago that defense really got aroused. They got on this, and it seems to me they really are.
Encroachment, 55 defense.
Against Leclerc.
Leclerc is really upset, maintaining he was drawn off.
You believe we're still in the first quarter with all this action?
2:05 remaining. 10-7, Cincinnati over San Diego.
I see a movement in the back there by Muncie. I don't know whether that's what he was looking at or not.
No, I agree with you. I think you're right.
Muncie moved.
Well, he can move.
Not toward the line.
Second and 10. Cincinnati jumping once again. And with the blitz, Fouts reads it. Flag is down as Eric Seaver struggles for first down yardage. Flag down at the line of scrimmage this time.
That's the only way they've been able to slow this game down so far is with a flag.
Illegal formation offense.
Too many folks in the wrong place.
That's costly.
And they'll be right back where they were a few moments ago with second down and 15. Not easy there, Mr. Coryell.
Neither team has been able to stop the other thus far, unless you consider the Bengals' failure to get the first touchdown and settle for the field goal a stoppage.
Dan's going to get awfully tired of this. He's just going to unload a bomb here very shortly. Somebody take it, and Muncie does not handle the ball. It'll be third down and 15. Again, pressure on Dan Fouts, and that's what you have to do if you're going to slow down the Charger passing machine.
Well, Bulla said today, the defensive coordinator, we're going to blitz and blitz and blitz. We've got to get to Fouts. And now they're beginning to do it.
Looks like to me they're trying to set up a little screen pass that time, and some of those offensive linemen, and maybe even Muncie too, got tangled up with some of the defensive players coming in.
I believe it was a middle screen. 3rd and 15. Again the blitz. Fouts fires. They're saying he trapped it, and complaining that he had it is Scott Fitzke.
He who protests us too much.
I don't know if we can look at that again, but that's an interesting thing. I don't know if it touched the ground or not. Here we go, done.
We can look at it. We've even got reverse angle Steve. We can see this any way you want to. Monday night. He caught it on the first bounce. It was a good catch on the first bounce.
Very great short hop. Fairly obvious. The Fisher right on top of it. That brings in Murray Buford, the 8th-round draft pick out of Texas Tech, to do the punting, and dropping is Mike Fuller, who for many years did the same job here at San Diego, returning punts. Buford. Fuller. And a pair of Chargers take Fuller at the 20-yard line. 1:39 remaining in the first quarter, and out comes Cincinnati, led by Kenny Anderson, who has been almost perfect tonight. We'll be back. San Diego has had the football 3 minutes and 10 seconds. They trail 10-7. Total yards, 151 by Cincinnati to 97 by San Diego.
Well, as is so often true, Frank, time of possession deceiving, because they struck. San Diego did instantly with a Muncie option pass play to Chandler for a long-distance touchdown.
From the 21-yard line, Cincinnati has the football. Anderson goes to M.L. Harris, the big tight end, and M.L. Harris over the 25 to the 27, a gain of about 6-yard line. You know, M.L. played for Forrest Gregg when Gregg was up in Canada, in Toronto, I think in 1979, wasn't it?
That's exactly right.
Back down with him.
Frank, I wonder how many people remember that the 2 greatest option pass people in the history of the game were Paul Hornung and Frank Gifford.
I remembered that.
Used to burn you up.
Yeah, ML's only 6'5" at 230. He makes a nice target out there.
2nd down and 5. Anderson, he'll run it. Comes up short of the first down, but not by much. Every 3rd down and less than a yard.
Danny Reeves was better than both of those guys you're talking about, throwing the option pass.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He could run to his left, throw back to his right.
I didn't say anything about your spiral.
Well, no, he didn't throw a tight spiral like Frank and Paul. I mean, but Danny was a team man. He wanted to give you a chance to look at that ball.
3rd down into Cincinnati.
You're disqualified on grounds of bias.
That's right.
And they keep the big man in there, Pete Johnson. Alexander in motion. Johnson left side, and Johnson
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, but he's
backed up
got
at the 30-yard line.
No, he doesn't.
He will not get the first down.
Big play.
Gary Johnson eased out there from his tackle spot, made a big play, stacked up the blocking in front of Johnson, and Johnson had nowhere to go.
We've seen both big hands have some pretty good nights on Monday Night Football, and he did. That was a nice play. You're right, Frank. He slid out there, controlled that line of scrimmage, and over that left tackle where they run a lot is number 78, Anthony Munoz, and he is the guy that's really added a big block of that offensive line.
Oh, they got 2 guys, Munoz and Montoya. Unbelievable.
12-3 average return for Brooks. McAnally, leading punter in the league a year ago, sends it down to Brooks.
Now, I thought somebody had a fair
Brooks
catch.
is buried inside the 25-yard line. Good kick by McAnally, who's been really troubled with a sore right knee, his kicking knee, with tendonitis. Looked like way below his numbers of a year ago, Pat McAnally, and that is the end of the first quarter. And a dynamite first quarter it was. The Bengals on top, 10-7 over the San Diego Chargers. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hertz announces free gifts that are worth getting, like an autographed O.J. Simpson football with only one rental.
Forget that sissy stuff. Rent from Hertz just once and walk away with 6 top-name golf balls.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about a calculator or a stadium blanket or a koala bear?
Now, hold on, O.J. Some people may rent more than once. If they do, they can choose from the kind of quality gifts you'd expect from number one.
Remember when we used to be number one, Artie?
What do you mean, used to be?
KGTV San Diego, Channel 10.
San Diego, 3 times the winner of the Western Division of the AFC. Last 2 years, they've lost the AFC Championship game. Oakland, after the 80 season, they lost it to the Bengals 27-7. Sub-zero temperature in Cincinnati, January the 10th. And, of course, Cincinnati, with a 5-1 record tonight, won their division with a 12-4, and they went on to lose the Super Bowl to San Francisco. 1st and 10, San Diego. We begin the second quarter. This is Muncie.
Oh, good.
And Muncie does not get back to the line of scrimmage, as Eddie Edwards, the defensive end, was there first. Loss of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
All right, the stats favor Cincinnati, only mildly so, except for time of possession. But that, again, is deceptive. It's not how long you have the football, but what you do with it.
I'm going to quote you on that.
San Diego with a long strike on a Muncie. Option pass play to Chandler. Quick strike, touchdown, thus the closeness.
Flags. I do not believe the offensive line set for a second. Fouts trying to go with the quick count to keep the Cincinnati Bengal defense from jumping around on him.
I think you're right, Frank. This will be a free play decline.
66 offense, no snap.
They will mark off 5. And it'll be 2nd down, close to 18.
Must they take that penalty, Frank?
Well, why not?
I would decline it. Cost them the down.
Now they blew it.
66 offense.
Blew the whistle before the play.
Yeah. That's the answer.
I had that answer.
Second down, 18. Brooks, a single setback, number 21. Fouts loses the ball, gets back on top of it, but he's inside the 20-yard line for a loss of a couple more, so it's going to be 3rd down and 20.
Oh, now he really has a big play, Giff, because obviously if they don't make the 1st down, Cincinnati will have good field position. Now that is one of the great cliches of professional football.
You've given me a couple of good ones tonight. I'm going to use those.
Treasure them.
I will.
3rd and 20.
The big play, right?
Here comes the blitz. Chandler, and he has the first down on the 20-yard line. Dan Fouts waited. He paid for it because he went down hard, but he waited until Chandler broke underneath the zone.
He did wait a while, Frank, but really he threw that ball to a spot, and it was the exact spot where Chandler did kind of curl in there.
What an arm that man has done.
Oh, he certainly does. Good sense of time. That's Louis Breeden, 34. Louis was trying to protect that deep zone. And
that was great coverage by Breeden.
It really was. He was not far off.
And Breeden has stung San Diego before.
Fouts looking for Chandler. And almost, but not quite. Good coverage by Riley.
Remember last year, Frank, when San Diego was ready to move on Cincinnati, and Chandler with over 100 yards already on 3 receptions. But you remember last year when Breeden picked one off for a 102-yard return for a touchdown, killed San Diego.
Right here.
Exactly.
Ball was a little bit underthrown. You can see Wes almost picked it up. And Kansas things bouncing around. I could have had a shot at that.
2nd down and 10. The ball at the 40-yard line. Capoletti is in at setback. 25 for the Chargers. Winslow.
Yeah.
Kellen Winslow for the 1st down. He's in Bengal territory at the 47, carrying Bobby Kemp. for a couple of yards to make sure he had the first.
Bo Harris was the linebacker that blitzed that time.
Oh, and he hit Dan.
Well, he allowed Kellen to get off the line free, but 53 he got back, and he did hit Fouts as he released that ball.
San Diego, they do such sophisticated things. Did you see Winslow come off the line of scrimmage, look to his left shoulder? It gave him that one step that he needed to get to the outside. 47-yard line of the Bengals. First and 10. Brooks.
Good move by Brooks.
And he picked the wrong way, but stays on his feet somehow. Good play by Riley against a blocking Wes Chandler. Brooks went outside. Had he gone inside, he might have gone the distance.
He caught Reggie Williams that time, the outside linebacker, fending off a block, and he bounces out to the outside. You'll see right in here, that was Winslow that's blocking on Reggie Williams and bounced out to the outside. I didn't see what happened here. What is it? That's Ken Riley. Didn't knock him off his feet. Good balance.
That is
great balance.
Yeah.
Great.
9-yard pickup. His second down and 1. The ball just inside the 39-yard line. Fouts for Chandler. Do you believe it?
Intercepted.
It was a battle for the football.
What a
He comes
play.
in with it inbounds. It was Louis Breeden and Wes Chandler.
The very guy we were talking about who has killed San Diego.
And I believe that Breeden, when he picked it off, raced into the corner of the end zone, burned his ankle or something. He's grimacing with pain, but the Bengals will have the ball at the 20.
I tell you that Breeden has been an absolute nemesis. Dandy?
Well, this is a terrific reception. I mean, to catch a ball like this, number one, is a heck of a move. He did have good coverage. We saw him a moment ago covering Chandler that well. Look at that. Just took the ball away from him. Not unlike West did. Was it against San Francisco last week? Here's a reverse angle, Steve. Let's just take another look at it.
Great defensive play. He just goes up over the top of Chandler. Chandler's done this a lot of times himself.
Frank, nobody knows in this world better than you what coaching means. Hank Bullitt teaches aggressive defense, and that was that. We'll be back in a moment.
This year, there will be no doubt. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Penn State. The game for the national championship. The Sugar Bowl, New Year's night on ABC.
One last look at a great interception by Louis Breeden. Chandler just late going up. Breeden, concentration. And as he stepped out of the end zone, he apparently sprained his ankle, limped off the field. We'll get a report as quickly as possible. First and 10, Cincinnati at their 20-yard line. They lead San Diego 10-7. We're in the second quarter. B. Johnson pulls his way to the 23-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7. Mike Williams defensively. He went out earlier, as you recall. He's back in the lineup.
What's your view on fullbacks, Frank, who weigh 245 or 50 pounds?
Stay out of their way. That was my view.
Don't be a cornerback.
They say he weighs more than that, though, Howard. That's what he's listed at 245.
Second down, long 7.
Oh, load up on the left side out here. He's got Collinsworth.
Collinsworth comes up with the football for the first down at the 34-yard line.
An interesting set when you have the 3 receivers off on one side. That time the defense, I don't think, made the proper adjustments. There's no way to cover all 3 of those guys. Chris cut in under one of his receivers, was wide open in the middle.
We're told Breeden has a pulled groin muscle. We don't know when or if he'll be back.
First and 10, Cincinnati. They're so crisp, so sharp. Johnson is open in the flat.
Whoa!
Look at the mobility of the big man, and not a bad open field tackle by Lyndon King.
And probably a wise choice, as a matter of fact, by Bruce Laird, who didn't hit him head on.
8-yard pickup.
But Lyndon King hit him, and he deserves a great deal of credit. It's a rare day in December when you'll see a guy level Johnson with a one-on-one tackle.
Well, he caught him on the blind side.
That's true.
43-yard line, second down and 2. Alexander. And Alexander is collected for a loss back close to the 41-yard line.
Big hand. Get him, big hand.
That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
He is playing some game, Doc.
He's moving in there, isn't he?
Both teams adjust. San Diego bringing in a 5th defensive back. Play coming into Anderson. Andre Young, a rookie out of Louisiana Tech, the 5th back in San Diego's prevent. Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
Curtis.
What a pretty catch.
A beautiful reception of a well-thrown ball. Double coverage on Curtis. Linebacker in front.
That's like throwing it in the number 2 wash tub at about 40 yards.
You believe this pass?
Look at a good move by Isaac coming head fake to the inside. Ball was perfectly thrown. Good concentration. Get that foot down. He's there. Isaac.
The 1st down, 41-yard line of San Diego. Anderson now 17 of 23, 175 yards. And Cincinnati has the lead, 10-7. 10 minutes remaining in the 1st half. Anderson tries to whip one into Dan Ross, incomplete. Cliff Thrift back there covering Dan Ross. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Second bad pass he's thrown tonight. Too quick with it. Didn't look at the rest of his field. Ross facing double coverage.
It's almost like he threw that one away. He was pretty well covered back there. They had some, I'm sure he wasn't, but it had linebackers all around.
Ray Preston comes in. One of the smaller linebackers for the Chargers, but a good pass defense man. Isaac Curtis on the reverse, and Curtis short of the 1st down, but inside the 35-yard line for an 8-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 2, and we're going to pause 5 seconds and allow our stations and friends along the line tell you who's bringing the game.
Channel 10, KGTV, San Diego.
9:29 remaining in the 1st half. It is Cincinnati leading the Chargers 10-7. Cincinnati got on the scoreboard first, 3-0. Muncie answered with a touchdown pass to Chandler, 67 yards for a 7-3 lead by San Diego. It is 10-7 now. Cincinnati on 3rd and 3. Anderson is incomplete, trying to find Dan Ross. Cliff Thrift again, picking the right spot where Ross was trying to uncover. Decision time now. Jim Breach, good medium-range field goal kicker.
It's out of his range, Frank.
He's coming in. It should be an effort of about 49 yards, between 48 and 49. He's had a 50 and a 49 this year.
They're getting awfully close. Yeah, they got messed up out there. Whether they're going to punt or have a field goal.
Now, they have Breach out in the lineup, but somebody was out there that should not be out there. And Cincinnati has taken timeout. They want to pull it back together. We'll be returning in a moment. A second thought for a tricky situation. 4th down and about 2 yards to go. Jim Breach, the field goal kicker, left the field. Out comes Anderson with the offensive unit. And Cincinnati on 4th and 2 at the 33-yard line of San Diego will go.
Greg's doing right. It was out of Breach's range. Now let's see this.
Anderson Johnson is there. Johnson will not get the 1st down. Good defensive effort. First hit, Bruce Laird, and that's what they brought Bruce Laird to San Diego to do.
To me, that's the biggest play of the game. It indicates the way San Diego is defending Cincinnati's favorite play.
Well, there's not much disguise in here. He just put Pete out in the front. That's Bruce Laird that hits him first, and Lyndon King knocks him out before he gets to the 1st down marker.
And San Diego will have the football back at their own 32-yard line. 1st and 10, they trail by 3.
NFL Classics, presented by Blue Stratus. Unleash the spirit.
Great players make great football, but behind every winning team, there's always a great coach. Paul Brown took Cleveland from one league to another and to 10 straight title games. His brilliance came alive out on the field as the Browns made the big plays and won the big games. But then he did the same thing all over again with the Cincinnati Bengals, building them from scratch to the Super Bowl, and his reputation as a genius was sealed forever.
When my man puts on blue straddles, I know he's into something new. When my man puts on blue straddles, there ain't nothing he can't do, and he ain't doing bad now. When my man puts on blue straddles, I don't need to sing the blues.
Blue straddles, cool, quiet confidence.
Believe me, honey.
San Diego once again. Beautiful night for football. Fog starting to roll in just somewhat. Temperature 48 degrees at kickoff. 10-7. The Bengals lead the San Diego Chargers. Explosive offensive game. First and 10 San Diego. Their own 32-yard line. James Brooks with the ball. And the little one battles up close to the 39-yard line as Ray Griffin zeroes in on him at that point, but it's a pickup of 7 yards.
I should tell all of you that as the game began, Jerry Capstein, Steve Garvey's agent, came up to say hello. He had been our Monday Night Football statistician, as Don and Frank well remember, the first 2 years of our tenure. He was going to meet Ballard Smith, Padres president, for another meeting on Steve Garvey.
We'll hold our breath for that one. Fouts reads the blitz, gets the ball to Winslow, who splits as a flanker, which he can do with a great speed and agility. First down, midfield, San Diego, and a good read by Fouts.
And it really what it was, because LeClaire was all over him after he threw the ball. They're giving Kellen a little room out there, and I can't say that I blame him. That's Bobby Kemp. Here, watch LeClaire, 55, come in. That was 1, 2, 3, and throw, and there's LeClaire. So he didn't have much longer to get rid of that one, did he?
LeClaire is a bull.
Right at midfield, first and 10, San Diego. Brooks, single setback. Fouts, picked off. Bo Harris.
Good go, good go.
Bo Harris, he's got a convoy in front.
Goodbye.
Fouts tries to save it.
Goodbye.
Bo Harris races in, no flags down, touchdown Cincinnati. Chandler tried to get in front of Harris. Fouts through a timing pattern. Chandler a little slow, and he hit Bo Harris right in the hands.
I said earlier, Frank, the first key mistake, the first intercept, fumble, whatever. This was it.
Well, what about that fourth down and didn't make it? That was another
62-yard return of the interception. You'll see it right here. Chandler, the ball is in the air right there.
He looked like he didn't cut off there quick enough, or really he was put a little bit too much time on that turn. Had a good convoy, you're right. Good block out in front by Eddie Edwards. Yeah, Ross loves it too, doesn't he? Ross Browner, number 79, led all the way.
Reach for the conversion. And Cincinnati now has opened up a 17-7 lead. Big play. Bo Harris.
There you go, Bo.
We'll be right back. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. As we look at James Brooks, we also wonder if San Diego can pull it back together. You get behind 10 points with Cincinnati, you are in deep trouble. They're a very well drilled, very well organized football team. And more than that, they have a lot of talent. There's Bo Harris. Breachville kickoff. And this will be Brooks from the 3-yard line. And Brooks, no opening, lowers his head and gets to the 23-yard line. I remind you, coming up here on ABC, a couple of fine bowl games. West Virginia will go against Florida State in the Gator Bowl. You'll see it Thursday night, December the 30th, live at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And, of course, the game for the national championship, the Sugar Bowl. Number 1 ranked Georgia, led by Herschel Walker, will face Joe Paterno's Nittany Lions. Penn State looking for its first national title. The Gator Bowl, December the 30th. The Sugar Bowl, January 1st. You'll see it right here on ABC. First and 10, Fouts from his 23-yard line. That could have been a lateral. Very close to it as Chuck Muncie let it slide through his hands.
That could have been disaster.
Good defensive cut play. Everybody. I think he was trying to go downfield to Chandler. They had him covered. Muncie could have been a decoy. Came back as an alternate.
Just a touch of raggedness now entering the San Diego offense. Much of it, I think, caused by the disturbing movement of that Cincinnati defense. Fouts 5 of 13, 72 yards, 2 interceptions. Second down and 10. Fouts times it to Chandler, and Chandler does not hold on. It was there.
Boy, threw behind him, Frank.
One that Chandler should catch.
Sounds like a quarterback talking over there, right? You can touch it, you can catch it.
It wasn't that difficult.
That's what Bobby Goodrich's coach told him.
Goodrich went to a good school. He knows how to handle those things.
SMU.
It was a little bit behind him. I'll have to admit
a tight end who became famous for dropsy.
No, that's not right.
Third down and 10. You drop many of those and you're in a different profession. Right to Scott Fitzke, and he'll have the first down at the 32-yard line. Scott Fitzke, acquired last year after being released by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Bob Jackson is the replacement over here for Louis Breeden that we watched injured on his interception a while ago. Good protection again. Nobody's there. Slipped down a little bit, did Jackson. Fitzke made the reception.
7-12, and the clock is moving here in the first half. 2 timeouts remain for the Bengals. Chargers have their complement of 3. White Scales in offensively for San Diego. Top of your screen, number 87. This is Muncie. Yeah. Look at Muncie go to midfield. Another Charger first down, just bulling his way.
That's what you call wading through him. He just was wading on there. That was a good play. They caught him in a linebackers on the inside. You'll see a blitz by LeClaire. No help from that linebacker. They caught Reggie Williams on the inside. Reggie gets a shot at him, and Muncie just keeps going. Man, that's
remarkable player, Don. Remarkable story, considering his comeback from personal problems. Just a great, great athlete.
Ball resting right at midfield. First and 10, San Diego. Muncie again.
You know, the one thing that they're doing now, and I think they realized that on that last series of down, they're running the ball a little bit. Every time San Diego has the ball, they start to go back to the pass. And that jumping defense, they weren't blocking them. They were having to hurry those patterns. So now they settle it down a little bit. Probably a good offensive strategy.
Under 6 minutes now left in the half.
Muncie got 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Action football game.
Joyner left. Chandler right. Brooks, single setback. Also, fine receiver. Fouts reads it, gets it to the tight end, Eric Sievers. First down, San Diego near the 35 of Cincinnati.
To see him fake blitz, Don, and drop back?
I guess that's what I saw. I thought I saw San Diego offsides, but I did see some movement up there. That's what it was. Looked like to me San Diego was offside.
San Diego trying to get back into it. They trail 17-7. But with these explosive teams, 10 points doesn't mean all that much.
It'd be nice to get some kind of points on that board before halftime.
Fouts. Brooks is open.
Yeah, good move, Brooks.
James Brooks. First round draft pick out of Auburn a year ago. Gets to the 22-yard line.
Oh, that was a nice move. And he had, I believe it was Reggie Williams. I'm not quite sure. It's a long way away, but let's see. Reggie Williams, very difficult. You've heard us Yeah, us and everybody else talk about how hard it is to tackle an open field, but he's got the ball, a little head of steam, and look at this move. Oh, Reggie couldn't handle that one.
Look at that head work.
Hey, now that's a good tackle. Byron Hicks.
The first down is at the 23-yard line of Cincinnati. 4:20, and the clock is moving in the first half.
Yeah.
Cappelletti right up the middle, and he gets about 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4.
Interesting call. Cappelletti. And a big 6 yards.
Yeah. Hey, Cappelletti just has a way of playing very consistent ball. He has for a number of years. Hasn't played much, as you can see by his stats there. That's a good average. Look, 5 yards every time he's carried the ball. 4 games versus the Bengals.
Of course, another Heisman.
Probably the greatest Heisman Trophy thing I've ever seen.
Second down, long 4. Brooks on the reverse. He has open field.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
James Brooks.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty.
From the 13-yard line, make it the 17-yard line, scampers in. James Brooks came up a year ago. He had just under 2,100 yards of total offense, receiving, running back kicks, rushing, and look at him go here.
There's also some really terrific blocking out there on that outside. You saw Eric Sievers stay with his man for a long time, stand-up block, and I believe that was Shields, 66, that was out there also. Good blocks on the outside to enable that touchdown.
Not a bad play call either against the defense that is jumping around. They jump out of position and have got to get back into it. Somebody didn't. Benershka. And the Chargers draw to within 7. Or make it 3. We'll be back. Chargers here in San Diego, their fight sound. The San Diego Superchargers, and they were super on that drive, spearheaded by James Brooks. Officially a 17-yard touchdown run. Benershka to bang it. This one will slide through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20-yard line.
That was an Alphonse Gaston act. The 2 deep men looked at one another, each asking the other, in effect, would you take it? No, I'll take it. And so, 20-yard line.
And how do you know things like that? Now, that's amazing, because I'm sure that's what they said. It's, you take it, I take it. What they really said was, whoops. Both said whoops at the same time, and whoops is not a good
Now, how do you know that?
First and 10, the Bengals, 3:32 on the clock remaining in the first half. 2 timeouts remain for the Bengals. They had to waste one, remember, when they were trying to decide where to go on 4th down or the field goal.
Oh, yes.
And wide open is Dan Ross.
Dan Ross.
Close to a first down.
Northeastern. Another basketball player in college. This is Dan Ross.
That is some basketball school I mentioned earlier. They were in the NCAA tournament.
Ross goes by there and he looks at the basketball team workout. He said, hey, I can play as well as they can. And sure enough, he tried out and he did.
Turns out he was right.
Yeah.
Yard short of the first down. They mark it at the 29. Second down and 1. Inside 3 minutes. Isaac Curtis sent in motion. And this on Collinsworth. And he and sprawls over midfield to the 48-yard line of the San Diego Chargers, and the clock continues to roll.
I can hear Chris saying, right, well, I was wide open, and I tripped in there. He was wide open. Turned upfield. He is funny. He just stuffed his toe.
We had more fun with him in the Superstars.
We did,
He was down there about a month.
His hobbies were women, golf, and girls. I said, what do you mean, golf and women and girls? He said, if you don't know the difference, I can't help you.
First down 10, 47-yard line. Movement by San Diego, but no flag. Anderson gets it to Griffin.
Archie.
Griffin for a 3-yard pickup, and that's all. It'll be second down and 7. Preston made the stop. What he really wanted to do all during the Superstars was beat James Lofton in the 100. And Lofton used to just tease him by about 1.5 yards each time they ran it. 2-minute warning, and we'll be back with more action. But right now, this message from the National Football League. That announcement brought to you by the National Football League and, of course, the San Diego Chargers' fine offensive guard, Ed White. Set the stage. 2 minutes remain to be played here in the first half. 17-14, the Bengals over the Chargers. Second down and 7. The ball in Cincinnati's possession, 45-yard line of San Diego.
See those stats. 21 out of 29 for 212 yards first half. And here goes some more. He's wide open.
Archie Griffin, and he is right at first down yardage.
I think
he's hit by Ray Preston. It'll be very close. Again, the way they are marking it, it looks as though he does have the first.
You see him start calling plays like this, and it's in the last 2 minutes. They're really going to make sure, they're going to try to make sure they get at least in field goal range.
Exactly.
And hopefully pick up that first down, too. That was a, what was that, second down call?
Yes, it was.
So, trying to pick up that first down, move the ball, getting there a little bit closer. Got him a first.
First down, Cincinnati, 37-yard line of San Diego. Kenny Anderson came into tonight passing at about 67%, and he has not hurt himself. 4 times Anderson has been in the Pro Bowl and has spanned almost 10 years. He went in 74, 76, 77, and of course last year as the league's MVP. First down and 10.
Whoa!
And Anderson runs right into a blitzing number 57, Lyndon King. And Lyndon King is a formidable individual. He's 6'6" and a 245-pounder.
And long overdue.
Had the right defensive call that time, didn't they?
Really was.
Loss of 7. It'll be second down and 17. Well outside of Jim Breach's field goal range. A little more than 1 minute. As you can see, the seconds ticking away remaining in the first half. Anderson will try and get the ball in Breach's range. Out he goes. Kreider, who's made a lot of key receptions for Cincinnati over the past 4 years, gets inside the 35, short of the first down at the 38-yard line.
55 seconds left, and not yet quite within the range they'd like for little Jimmy Breach. By the way, highlights at halftime. The NFC games of yesterday. Last night we brought you the AFC games. Tonight, the NFC.
It's only fair.
Third down, long 6. Ball right at the 38-yard line. Cincinnati still with 2 timeouts. Flag is down.
Offsides by San Diego.
Incomplete. Laird covering Dan Ross. Ross says he was covering him a little closely. And another flag is down, downfield.
I think you're both right.
Hey,
which will set a record.
Oh, no, man. I mean, you're not fooling with a couple of kids here. I'll guarantee you. I mean, we know some things. Know some things.
Barth sorts it out.
Yep.
Apparently it will be Cincinnati's option. And it'll work against San Diego. And now Jim Breach will have a pretty good shot at it.
51 defense, offside.
Woody Lowe encroaching. And that penalty is not quite enough for the first down. It'll be third down and a little less than a yard. 52 seconds remaining now in the half.
Kind of a tough defensive, tough play to defense because you know they're going to go 4 downs, whatever you got down here. So they could do some fun things here on this play.
Sure could. With Anderson, you got a good chance for a touch.
Crowd is on its feet. Anderson.
Yeah.
Complete. It goes to Rodney Holman, the rookie tight end out of Tulane, 3rd-round draft pick. The first down is inside the 20-yard line. They mark it at the 18.
That might be the best example of the dimension you've alluded to that Anderson has, and that's the ability to run a little bit. When a quarterback can get outside of that pocket, you'll see here it's just Very quick little fake to the outside. He does have the option, and Kenny can run if they've got him all covered downfield.
Looks like the play he wanted to run a while ago, Don, when King was blitzing.
That's right. They did catch him a while ago.
The Bengals have been beautifully stockpiled through the draft through all the years. Mike Brown is not just Paul Brown's son. There's no nepotism. He knows the business. They only have 5 newcomers on the team. 4 of them draft choices and 1 free agent, and Holman, one of those draft choices. Tremendous game we have next Monday night. Buffalo at Miami. And Buffalo, unfortunate losers of that game yesterday against Tampa Bay when Roosevelt Leaks fumbled. I was with Frank at the time, and he said Buffalo has it, and then the fumble.
It went away quickly, didn't it? All right, 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Cincinnati has a first down, 18-yard line of San Diego. They also have 1 timeout remaining. They'll want to preserve that for the field goal unit if they do not get into the end zone. Safety blitz. Anderson reads it and goes to Ross. Ross kills the clock with 41 seconds, stepping out of bounds at the 12.
It was absolutely a really terrific example of picking up the blitz very quickly and just dumping that ball out. Almost got it too low for Danny. Danny made a good catch.
This is a smart football team. 40 seconds left, all the time in the world. And this marvelous quarterback against a marvelous quarterback.
In a marvelous evening.
Best game we've had this year.
Second down, long 3. Anderson 25 at 33 now, 246 yards. Anderson, he finally finds Johnson. Johnson stays in bounds and then steps out, stopping the clock at the 6-yard line.
How do you like that, Tom?
I like that was a nice catch there. That ball was not an easily caught. Pete has good hands. I don't think that's where he was trying to go. He was trying to go
looked all over the place, didn't he?
That was his last stop. Well, somebody please help. Offensive line helped him a lot.
Johnson bounces off of Laird, then steps out of bounds, killing the clock with 32 seconds. And a first down goal to go for Cincinnati at the 6-yard line of San Diego. Collinsworth again, the blitz by San Diego.
They're calling it a pick. You see the secondary back there. They're saying that Isaac Curtis blocked illegally downfield. No pick pattern. And I would suspect that that's probably close to being right. Let's look at it from this angle first.
They will not get it, however.
Oh, no. It's touchdown. Wide open. Oh. Way to go, Chris.
There is a flag down now. What have we got now? I think he just dropped it.
Fell out of his pocket. Those things happen.
He threw that ball actually under Gary Johnson's outstretched arms. That's how close Gary Johnson was to Kenny Anderson. That's how cool Anderson was.
What a beautiful quarterback. He really is.
That was a very successful drive, and it was, I don't see why everybody doesn't play the 2-minute drill anyway, all game long.
Breach for the conversion. Through the uprights. Mike, keep note of something. 27 completions now for Anderson. The NFL record is 42, set by Richard Todd of the Jets.
Another shot at Anderson. Let's see if we can pick up what Frank was talking about. Big hands, number 79. Well, it was close. He was all over him, though, wasn't he? He said, look, Kenny. Whoa. He got his ankles under there for a while.
That was the penalty flag. It was not dropped. The penalty would be assessed now on the kickoff, and Cincinnati will kick off from midfield.
Let's take a look at Chris's route now. He goes, and there you see Curtis come in. That was not a pick. That was a block downfield.
That was a definite pick.
You're not supposed to do that.
I'm glad you agree.
I invented it.
He really did. He used to block Cornell Green all the time down there, Frank. That was not nice.
30. You believe those figures?
35 times. You know, this may be the football of the future. All right, Collinsworth is going into the inside. You'll see a move coming in by Isaac Curtis, and that's
beautifully performed. It's just a little illegal.
Andre Young's 49 is who he kind of got just accidentally on purpose got this way.
Jim Breach to kick off following the assessment for roughing the penalty passer. And Breach will have to kick off again. 29 seconds remaining in the first half.
Remember, no seconds lost on that play.
The Bengals back with their 10-point lead, 24-14.
Obviously, they want to avoid a kick return, thus the nature of that kick.
And they'll kick off now from the 45-yard line. There's Chris Collinsworth having one of your basic average days.
Chris was right there at the top of as far as number of receptions coming into this ball game. Was he the top receiver?
He had 32 after 6 games.
32. Yeah, I knew it was close.
Dwight Clark was the leader.
That's his running mate. White. D. White. Buddy D. White.
James Brooks, Angels return man you saw a moment ago. Breach trying to keep it away from Brooks, who could get San Diego out close to midfield with any kind of a break at all, and then they could attempt something with that 29 seconds. Again, he tries to kick it away from Breach, or rather Brooks, and he does, and this is Andre Young. Good. San Diego has the football, 26 seconds remaining in the first half.
All right, let's take a look at the AFC standings. The Raiders in there, cemented. Cincinnati cements with a win tonight. Miami and the Jets in great shape. Key game for San Diego because they could be in a dogfight with Buffalo and New England. Remember, we've got Buffalo at Miami Monday. And then Pittsburgh still in the fight but playing poorly. And then Cleveland and Seattle in a scramble. What a scramble.
26 seconds, and he goes to Chandler. Chandler steps out of bounds. He's at the 47-yard line. 19 seconds remain in the half, and the Chargers have 3 timeouts.
That's an amazing completion with the way they're playing. They were playing so far back. This ball is really well thrown. You see, maybe he's just going to throw it over about 2 defensive backs, drops it right in the pocket, and West just jumps out of bounds, stops the clock.
Well, it's critical 19 seconds because they have time to get at the very least in field goal range, and that gives them momentum for the next half and could bring them within but 7 points.
Fouts tries to squeeze it into Winslow. Good defensive play. Sliding in there also, Bo Harris, number 53. He could have picked that one off.
Better watch old Bo. His hands are hot tonight.
I thought Winslow peaked out in the weightlifting at the Monday Night Football Superstars, Frank.
It was not his thing.
Hey, he lifted 260 or 70 pounds, something like that.
But next to Billy Sims, who just picked the thing up.
Well, now you're making comparative judgments. I mean, I was very impressed with the fact that that kid with long arms could raise 260-something pounds. Very strong, very strong.
Second down and 10, 14 seconds on the clock. Fouts fits out of bounds, stops the clock with 9 seconds. A first down inside the 38-yard line of Cincinnati.
Well, they really have time for one more play to get closer. They really do. 9 seconds. You throw outside, you get out of bounds.
Fouts takes timeout, and we have an opportunity to show you a little extra highlight tonight.
Well, I want to show you last Saturday, the L.A. Memorial Coliseum, the Rams against the Raiders. And the Rams took an early lead, 14-0, second quarter. Plunkett looking for number 21, the everlasting Cliff Branch. Touchdown, 14-7 Rams. Then, with but 20 seconds remaining in the half, Ferragamo looking for Preston Denard and finding him. So the Rams had another big early lead. It was 21-7 at halftime. By the fourth quarter, it was 31-30, and there was little or no time left. But there was a Heisman Trophy team. Plunkett to Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen in for the score, and he had another great day. What a rookie he is. And the Raiders won it 37-31.
Raiders, by the way, close out their season against San Diego right on this field on January the 2nd. First down and 10. The ball at the 38-yard line. 9 seconds remaining in the half. Fouts It's the completion, and in Nershka's range is Charlie Joyner. And Cincinnati now has 285 yards. San Diego is over 280 yards. That is a combined yardage better than what San Diego and San Francisco produced in the first half of their game a week ago last Saturday. If you saw that,
this is a tremendous game.
Pure offense.
Now they're in Benershka's range. Now he can hit it.
42-yard effort. He's hit one of 51 this year. He's 11 of 15 for the young season.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Right down the middle.
And the cannon goes off, ending the half. And San Diego got something back with just 32 seconds. They're down now by a touchdown and a conversion. They trail 24-17. Stick around and enjoy NFC highlights after this from our stations.
Now the NFL halftime highlights. First game, Saints against the Cowboys, Texas Stadium. Second quarter action. 0-0. Danny White, number 11. NFL's leading passer. Back to throw. Finding number 88, the veteran Drew Pearson. Good for 42 yards, setting up the first Dallas score. So Dallas had a 7-0 lead. By the third quarter, it had ballooned to 21-0 Dallas. Kenny Stabler in trouble. Harvey Martin and Ed Too Tall Jones sacking him, driving Stabler out of the game. After that, Russell Erxleben apparently back to kick instead, intends this pass for number 30, Wayne Wilson. Incredibly, he drops the ball. In the fourth quarter, the score was still at 21-0. The Cowboys, the handoff from Guido Merkins to George Rogers. And George had himself a great day. 166 yards on the day. 21-7 Dallas. But that was it. Dennis Thurman sacking Merkins, and the ball intercepted by Too Tall Jones. And that's the way it was as Dallas went on to a 21-7 victory over the Saints. That cemented a playoff spot for the Cowboys. It was snowing in Washington, D.C. yesterday, but nonetheless, a place kicker, Mark Mosley, would be the hero. Set an NFL record with 21 consecutive field goals. This was first quarter action. Score 0-0. Scott Bruner out of Delaware, back to pass. Number 86, Johnny Perkins all alone. Touchdown, 7-0 the Giants. Immediately, the opportunistic Redskins were striking back. Number 7, Joey Theismann, goes for 26 yards to the lad from Syracuse, number 81, Art Monk. That set up Mosley's first field goal of the game. 7-3 Giants in the second quarter. Trying to fight back. Theismann throws a pass, and it turns out to be a mistaken one. The ball tipped by Harry Carson, picked off by number 24, Terry Jackson. He returns it to the 25-yard line of the Redskins. That set up the Giants' second touchdown, 14-3. Then, in the third quarter, the give to Joey Washington. Run right, no, not there. Cut back left. Now watch closely. Watch Theismann level Terry Jackson with a brilliant block. We'll have another look at that. In for the score, 14-9. Mosley missed the extra point. But again, the key block by the quarterback himself, Joey Theismann. There it is in replay, and down goes Jackson, and around that block goes Washington in for the touchdown. So the score moved to 14-12. Mosley striking again. Then Scott Bruner in the late going, sacked by Kubin, a former Penn State linebacker. Second sack in a row, forced a punt. Washington struck back. Seconds left. Mosley, 42 yards, field goal. And that was the record. And of course, Mosley the hero. A squeaker. But the Redskins won the way they've been winning all year long. They are 6-1. They clinched a playoff spot. No snow at the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Only an aerial circus. In the very beginning, the Lions struck first. Gary Danielson, the big bomb. 70 yards in all on this play. Leonard Thompson gathers it in. Touchdown, 7-0 Lions. But it didn't stay that way for long, because Tommy Kramer had himself a field day. Here he's throwing to Terry LeCount. And watch this spectacular one-handed catch. That made it 7-7. In the second quarter, the count zoomed to 17-7 Vikes. 3 seconds remaining in the half. And Tommy Kramer again, 39 yards downfield. The Hail Mary pass, Starback version, and the tip. And it goes to Leo Lewis, number 87, 24-7 Vikes at the half. The Lions fought back gallantly, but the Vikes held on for a 34-31 win. They are 4-3. There was snow and more snow at Baltimore Memorial Stadium as the Pack went against the winless Colts. Second quarter action, 3-3. Lynn Dickey back to pass to the brilliant speeding rookie Philip Epps. That set up, it was good for 33 yards. A subsequent pass that would have to travel only 1 yard. Now watch him. Look left. And then Lynn throws right to John Thompson, number 87, 10-3 Green Bay. By the third quarter, and it becomes 13-6 Green Bay. Now watch Lynn Dickey hand off to Gary Ellis, who hands to James Lofton. And Lofton, the great receiver, throws deep downfield to another great receiver, 83 John Jefferson. That set up a Green Bay touchdown, 20-6 the Pack, safely in the lead. Or so it seemed. But the rookie quarterback, Mike Pagel, throwing here to number 85, Matt Boozer, touchdown, and it was 2013 Green Bay. Then with a minute and a half left in regulation time, Pagel hands off to the ex-Pittsburgh Panther, Randy McMillan. No place to go except turn around, go back, run left, circle into the end zone, and it was 2020 Green Bay and Baltimore. Stenerud in the overtime with this long field goal attempt, but the ball wide right. And so it wound up 20-20 after the overtime period, and Jefferson and Baltimore Colt Frank Kush greet each other for old times. So Green Bay is now at 4-2-1, and the Colts are still winless after 7 games. The Bears against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals, a surprising team. They were leading 7-0 fourth quarter. Jim McMahon throwing to Emery Moorhead, former Giant player, and that made it 7-7. But with only 31 seconds remaining, Neil O'Donoghue, 48 yards between the uprights, and the Cardinals win it 10-7, and Jim Hannafan congratulates his kicker, and the Cardinals are 4-3 with playoff hope.
This year, there will be no doubt. Number 1, Georgia, led by the great Heisman Trophy winner Herschel Walker. Number 2, Penn State. Joe Paterno wants his first national title. The game for the national championship. The Sugar Bowl, New Year's night on ABC.
We're at halftime here in San Diego, closing minutes, and the score is 24-17. Cincinnati over the Chargers. This ABC Sports exclusive is being brought to you by the Buick Motor Division and your Buick dealer, who proudly announced the 1983 Buicks. Considering the impressive choice in automobiles they offer you, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick? And by light beer from Miller, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. Both teams coming back out onto the field. They've been entertained by Mount Carmel High School Band of San Diego, and we'll be back with second half action in a moment.
Wednesday. Sarah's been kidnapped. She's bait for a double agent.
Sarah!
And the trap's got Jake on the tails of the gold monkey. Then,
Ladies!
a winter resort turns into an avalanche of terror.
Hang on!
The Fall Guy.
Wednesday on ABC.
I say, what's the good of making a living if you never live?
Turn it loose, turn it loose, turn it loose tonight. Coors Light, turn it loose tonight. Don't hold back, turn it loose tonight. Coors Light!
My beer's got to taste great without weighing me down. It's got to be Coors Light all the way.
Coors Light, turn it loose tonight.
Let's go back. First half action. At this point, it was Cincinnati 3-0. First possession, offensive possession, San Diego. Muncie, good fake on the run. Don looks downfield. Chandler races by Breeden. And 67 yards later, San Diego has the lead. And it did not last long.
It did look like a run, didn't it? And this shows that good quarterback mobility in here. Makes the move past Big Gary, Big Hands Johnson. And it's wide open there all the way through. Anderson had a great first half.
That made it 10-7 Cincinnati. And now Fouts struggling to get back into it. He fires a shot. Chandler's slow getting there, and it goes right into the hands of Bo Harris. And he has a convoy down the sidelines. Dan Fouts is the last Charger. You'll see him in a moment.
And no way he's not going to make that one. Good move by Harris. I do think that it was a slow move by Chandler. This is a good move by Brooks as we see him go to the outside, pick up a couple of good blocks.
This brought it to 17-14, a 3-point differential. And then Anderson did it again. Underneath the outstretched arms of Gary Johnson, and he fires it into the end zone to Collinsworth. That made it 24-14, and we are set to go here in the second half. The score at the moment, 24-17, as we got a 42-yard field goal from Ralph Benertia. This will be Brooks from the 9-yard line. And out to the 18-yard line. It'll be first down and 10, San Diego.
Let me quickly report at halftime I was visited by Ballard Smith, president, San Diego Padres, Jerry Kapstein, agent for Steve Garvey. The two have been meeting. They are going back into meetings now. They will meet all night if necessary. Significant progress, according to Kapstein and Smith, both has been made. It does appear to me that Garvey, the free agent, one of the great players of our time, may sign with the Padres.
On first down, this is Muncie, left side. Look at the big man down the sideline. As big as he has great acceleration. He gets the first down out over the 35-yard line to the 36. Picking up right where we left off. All right, for the stats, we will reveal the halftime after you look at these.
All right, those show that time of possession didn't matter because that big strike that you just saw, Muncie to Chandler, kept San Diego in the ballgame. At halftime, it continues to be totally even. 285 in yardage gained and 15-15 in first downs. Forget time of possession.
On first down and 10, bounces back. Good catch. Out to Muncie. And Muncie rips off another 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4. Reggie Williams was there defensively. And a defensive note for the Bengals. Louis Breeden remains out of the lineup. He had the interception, a spectacular interception in the end zone covering Chandler. We had a report that he pulled a muscle. Ray Griffin, Archie Griffin's brother, is in there defensively at the corner now for Cincinnati, number 44.
But Breeden is a big loss, especially when you've got Fouts working on you.
Second down, 4. The ball at the 42-yard line. San Diego trailing by 7 points. Fouts goes down. Eddie Edwards with his 4th sack of the season back to the 31-yard line. A loss of about 12.
Just a real good move by Williams. We came across. You see that at 2 guys, that was big Russ Washington trying to block. Edwards just made a terrific move to the outside. Good move, Eddie.
Third down and about 14. They have marked it at the 32-yard line. Flags are down. You saw the movement by Cincinnati.
Replay.
Fouts, Joyner.
First down.
Up to the 48-yard line.
Unless the Bengals were induced offside, they'll decline. That's it.
Joyner and Fouts get the first down. On the move once again.
What a big field goal that was just before the end of the first half to bring the Chargers within a touchdown of the Bengals.
And had to give them a little goose when they went in. And once again, as it was last night in San Francisco, very few no-shows at this ballpark. There were signs all over, people trying to buy tickets outside the stadium. 48-yard line of San Diego. First and 10, the Chargers. Fouts. Wide open is Winslow. Fouts Threw it a little bit behind him, or it would have been an easy 6, but Fouts wanted to make sure. He could not believe how open Winslow was.
Another one of those. You see Fouts move around a little bit. He doesn't do this often. He was trying to go over to Joyner. Couldn't get him open. Made a move. Saw Kellen late. And he did underthrow him. You're right. See, Kellen had to stop.
But the first down is inside the 12-yard line.
What a game this is. This is the best I've seen the Chargers play against the Bengals in the past couple of years. The Bengals' balance of power prevailed during those 2 years, but now Chargers seem to be up to it.
Joyner split left. Winslow tight end, bottom of your screen. James Brooks bobbled the ball. Cincinnati is saying they have it.
I don't think so.
He possibly could have fumbled when he hit the ground, which would be no fumble.
Chargers have it.
Was it that Ray Griffin, 44, that came in there? I just got a quick glimpse.
They're saying the man was down. He was tripped up, sprawled forward, and as he was tripped up, went down, and the whistle blew, and he was down.
Yeah.
I will say this. That was a quick whistle.
It's a loss of a couple. It's second down and 12. Ball just shy of the 13-yard line. Second half opening just like the first half. Offense. Fouts. Drilling Chandler. And that was down also.
That was not a quick
goal to go.
That was down. No question.
It was a good move by West to come on the inside. He had pretty good tight coverage by Ray Griffin on the outside. You see West looking back to the inside. And if Ray's going to give him that much time, he's not going to do anything but just turn back around and get it. Ray came in.
And we're reminding you that Louis Breeden, that is his spot. He ordinarily would have been the man providing the coverage, and he's one of the best in the league. They're going to. It is Ray Griffin, who usually plays center field as a fifth man, is in there.
They're going to chew Ray Griffin up.
Muncy. Touchdown, Chuck Muncy. Great effort. Oh, yeah. Brilliantly executed. Let's go back on that drive when San Diego suffered a sack. They had a third down and 15. Fouts hit. Chandler kept it alive. Or rather, Joyner kept it alive. And we are within one of tying this thing up. Oh, ho, ho. That is lame mischievous. Benerska. He's tied at 24. If you like your offense, you've got yourself a great night. We'll be back at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego in a moment. We're back, and it's Cincinnati's turn. Benerska to kick off. Deep, David Verser. First-round pick from Kansas a year ago. Great speed, number 81. Rodney Tate is back there with him. He's a rookie fourth-round draft pick out of Texas. You can see the broken wrist on Benerska. He suffered in a tennis game during the strike. There's a couple of pins in there. I think they're still there. Rodney Tate. Flag is down.
Of course.
Oh, boy. Rodney Tate down the sideline, but again, a flag is down back at the 10-yard line.
Same old thing on a kick play.
And it goes against Cincinnati.
That do make a difference.
I don't blame you, Forrest. But the key to this game so far has been the field goal that San Diego scored just before the half ended. It gave them, as Frank said in his words, a goose. And now in the ebb and flow of this game, the tide is turned toward San Diego.
He's always had a way with words, hasn't he?
Frank, yes.
There's an interesting stat for you.
56 and 34. Completions and attempt. Markowski.
So instead of having the ball deep in San Diego territory, Cincinnati Begins from the 12-yard line. Single setback. P. Johnson. Cincinnati's first possession here in the second half. And have a safety.
Oh, big hand.
Gary Johnson, who's played a whale of a game tonight, takes down a very agile Kenny Anderson for the safety.
He got in there in a hurry, didn't he? Talk about a swing. That is a swing, isn't it?
Not only that, San Diego gets the football now. 12 unanswered points. Whole change.
As we look again, must put the ball in play with the punt or placement from their 20, and look at number 79.
He just really beat a couple of good ones in there. He really did. Dave Lapham.
You're right about Shakespeare. There is a tide in the affairs of men. Taken at the flood. We'll be back.
Gary Johnson just gave Cincinnati's Kenny Anderson the first safety of his career. Whistles are blowing, and there will be no play. And following a safety, the ball is put in play from the 20. You can either punt it. Cincinnati has chosen to do that. Or you can kick it, but you cannot use a kicking tee. It must be held.
Yep. Brooks signaled for a fair catch. Now, there must be some strategy. I know the clock will stop and all that, Sergeant. Why would he signal for a fair catch on a relatively safe return? Does anybody know that? No.
I think he had heard the whistle and was saying, put his hand up and said, hold it, guys.
Oh. See, he knew that the same way I knew those other guys were saying, whoops.
All right, set to go again.
This is some football game. And in perspective, what it means to the Chargers to establish that they can beat this team, which has been such a nemesis, and then to get back into the thick of things.
This will be Brooks from the 29-yard line. Good punt by McAnally. And a good return by Brooks. He gets out over the 45 to the 47-yard line, and the Chargers now are in high gear. Safety is not only 2 points, but there's quite a penalty because not only do you give up the points, you give the ball back, and usually, once you put it in play from your 20, the opposition will have good field position, and that's the case right now for San Diego.
Oh, boy. Right now, Cincinnati's defense faces some challenge to hold off Fouts.
Fired and is complete. Eric Sievers, second-year tight end out of Missouri. Fourth-round draft pick, and they really like Sievers here. He'd play a lot more, except for Kellen Winslow.
It's a beautiful thing, Don, to watch the way Fouts diversifies his receivers.
He really does use all of them. And this guy he's a good one, a young one that would play a lot of football on a lot of other teams.
He hit 9 different receivers against San Francisco. Muncie.
You got a
2-yard pickup.
You got to do that every now and then.
That's true, but you can't have a turnover. You can't make the mistake. Just give Anderson a shot, boom, you're in trouble again.
Run that thing up the middle, slows down that pass rush a little bit. Then you can work on that secondary.
Nearly 5 minutes of the third quarter have expired. Cincinnati has had the ball for 1 play.
They're all coming. Good move.
2nd and 8. Chandler, and he'll get it.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yep.
Great effort by Chandler.
What a good move by Fouts. They had safeties coming. They had 9 guys blitzing. He read it quickly. Hit West to the little break-in pattern. Really pretty. Could be some trouble now.
42-yard touchdown, and much of it made by just great effort on the part of Chandler. Look at him break this tackle.
You got to believe, or I'd like to believe, West also read that blitz and ran that as an automatic little in route.
Oh, yes.
Not bad. I tell you, West is having a heck of a year, isn't he?
Tonight. A great, great athlete. Not just a receiver, but a great athlete. This could be 16 unanswered points, Frank.
Benushka through the uprights. So the Chargers, who went in 7 points down at halftime in 5 minutes, have turned this game around.
Just a quick read by Fouts. There we see it again. Good move, West.
33-24. Chandler, he had 3 touchdowns against San Francisco a week ago last Saturday. He has a pair tonight. He'll be back.
Deacon's my name, and bowling's my game.
Gutter ball, gutter ball.
All right, Deacon, come on, Deacon.
How are you going to score there?
Come on, 3 strikes and you're out.
What, we just won another round of light beer from Miller.
Yeah, light sure tastes great.
Let's fill it. Tastes great. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There it is, down there. Take your time.
8 ball in the pocket.
Bubba, this ball doesn't have any holes in it. Yeah, it does.
The score's all even.
Glass frame. Who's that?
Rodney.
Rodney! Gotta be a mistake. Hey, you kidding? It's a piece of cake.
All we need is 1 pin, Rodney.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I didn't get my turn yet. I'm gonna break this tie.
Wednesday.
Maybe you've lost your touch.
Fallon's playing with a married man on Dynasty.
Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell in the middle. Poor man's Willie Nelson on the far end.
Ho, ho, ho. That's that. Hey, ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Chivas to Santa.
33-24, San Diego has the lead. Bernushka to kick off. Mercer and Tate are deep. It'll be Rodney Tate.
Rodney has got another flag.
Is down.
I'm telling you,
immediate down at the 24-yard line.
Well, the league got to take a look at this. There are just too many flags on every kick play.
I think the coaches ought to take a look at it.
All right, I'll put them both in there.
Well, the players ought to look at it.
Well, they know what they can do and what they can't do.
Well, the referee's already looking at it.
This may be the night, judging by this flow of events, that this extraordinary charge of personnel comes into its own.
Number 49, illegal pushing it back on the run back. First down.
Number 49, and that is Guy Frazier.
Same thing.
Man out of Wyoming. And so Cincinnati backed up again, this time inside their 14-yard line. Alexander in motion. Pete Johnson, single setback, 1st and 10. Anderson checks off to Johnson. Johnson bowls out over the 20. Pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Mike Williams paid the price.
You won't see any quit in this Bengal team, Frank.
No, they really have fine football players and good athletes. A little defensive huddle on the sidelines on the part of the Bengals.
Boy, did they miss Breeden.
That's a good point, because Breeden, you know, you lose a quarterback, particularly one of Breeden's caliber, it's going to be hard. Ray's going to have his big shoes to fill.
2nd down, long 2. Collinsworth, single coverage, wide open, and he slips the tackle.
Chris. Good
Collinsworth, he has great speed.
What a game.
Collinsworth, unbelievable effort to the 29-yard line. Broke the tackle initially of Jeff Allen, who was covering him single. And that is not an enviable spot for a cornerback.
Frank, he was really way off of him. I mean, he is really wide open out here. Let's just watch this one. Good moves, individual effort.
This is the move right here. Done. Look at this. And then cutting back.
That was David Lewis that broke that tackle, 53. Look at those long strides. I just running down here, doing the best I can. Attaboy, Chris.
A country friend from Florida.
All right.
Collinsworth. 1st down, 29-yard line. Cincinnati answering right back. Could be. Does he hold on? Yes.
He did. I thought it was intercepted.
No.
That's terrific.
Dan Ross.
No, they're saying it's
They're saying he trapped it, and he's complaining once again.
I don't blame him. We got to look at it. We got to look at it.
He's going to draw a penalty if he isn't careful.
You know, I don't think, I mean, I know Ross thinks he caught it. I don't think he would argue that strong. Let's just watch. Ball's going down.
I'm sorry, he caught it.
It sure looked like it, didn't it?
He caught it.
Yeah.
Frank, he caught it.
Sure
It
did
did
look
appear
like it.
as though he caught it. And yet the official was vehement about it. He was right on the spot.
But I think he was on the other side. I don't think he was really on the left side. He called it from to the backside of where Ross was.
San Diego wants timeout. Moving over to the bench, Tim Fouts. He'll talk it over with the coaching staff, and we'll be returning to San Diego in a moment.
In Television presents You Make the Call. Fran Tarkenton scrambles and passes to Tommy Mason, who in turn passes from behind the line of scrimmage to Bill Brown for an apparent touchdown. Now you make the call. Is it a touchdown?
Hello, I'm George Plimpton. Here's an easy question for you.
Okay, Mr. Plimpton.
Which of these home video games looks more like a real arcade game? Intellivision Lock and Chase from Mattel Electronics?
Gee, if people had this game at home, my arcade could be in big trouble.
Or Atari Pac-Man?
Blinky, you look pale.
If you picked Intellivision,
You're absolutely correct.
What call did you make? It is not legal for a team to throw two forward passes on the same play. Instead of a touchdown, the penalty is loss of down.
Kenny Anderson had a little visit, courtesy of San Diego. The Chargers called that timeout. We have 8:52 remaining in the third quarter. Cincinnati down 33-24. They have a second down and 10. The ball at the 29-yard line of the Chargers. Hope you're enjoying holiday week. We've got holiday football. Anderson. And he finds M.L. Harris, and M.L. Harris close to another first down. I believe he has it.
Well, that wipes out, for the moment, the bad call.
It's not a very good call.
The official was out of position. He couldn't see the play. I don't understand his vehemence.
17-yard line, first down, Cincinnati.
That's hard to understand. Oh, man.
It's like Gifford refereeing a fight behind the fighter, beating up the other guy.
I'll have nothing more to do with fighting. First down, 10.
Let's make it unanimous. Neither will I.
Complete.
That was almost another beautiful pick in the middle.
Steve Kreider.
But Dan Ross was the guy that blocked King coming down the middle and opened that thing up again.
Steve Kreider, that's my kid from Lehigh.
I know, the Engineers.
He went to Bethlehem with a donkey.
31 completions for Kenny Anderson tonight. That's a bingo record, and he's heading for Richard Todd's record at 42. Second and 2.
Had to be interference.
Could be a flag, and it doesn't fly.
Oh, that was close.
Chris Collinsworth, the intended receiver, and he caught a knee in the back.
He really did.
Well, it's easy from up here, but he had a man wide open, right. He never looked right. He had one fixed wrist.
That could be a hip pointer, and there is nothing more painful than that. He caught a knee right on it.
It's what it sure looked like.
You talk about a hip pointer. When Bill Walsh went to Augustana to scout Kenny Anderson, Kenny suffered
too.
Oh,
he caught him with the right knee right on the right hip.
He really did.
Kenny suffered a hip pointer in the first quarter. And Bill told you and me, Frank, he came back in the second quarter, threw 3 touchdown passes, lost the game. Oh, Collinsworth's in pain. Real pain.
Third down, long 2. Ball inside the 10.
And that's when Walsh said Anderson will be a great one.
I tell you, if Walsh doesn't start winning some more ball games, you're going to have to quit quoting him.
Anderson on the rollout. Incomplete in the end zone.
That's another close call.
Fourth down. Decision time now again for Cincinnati.
Kenny had the first down.
Kenny had the first down if he ran it in. You're exactly right.
And out comes Breach. Well, they're doing a lot of picking down here, too.
Yeah, they really do. But Curtis, it looks that
Tim Fouts was all over Isaac Curtis.
Certainly was.
Jim Breach for the field goal. An attempt of about 28 yards. Mike Fuller will put it down. Blair Bush will snap. Woo. And it's good. So the Bengals have to settle for 3. And they draw closer. 27-33, the Chargers on top. Chris Collinsworth trying to walk it off from the sideline.
You know, Frank, sometimes you get hit in that area and it kind of numbs it. You feel like the whole thing's gone dead. I hope that's what it is, because he did take an awfully strong lick right there, that hip.
He could be back tonight, but one has to wonder about how he's going to feel tomorrow, because if it is a hip pointer, there's nothing more painful.
Yeah, my hip is a pinching.
Oh,
that was a big touchdown they failed to get. Kenny should have run with the ball when he didn't.
You had a look at James Brooks, but this time it is fielded there by Jim Shootout. Breach slicing it off. It'll be 1st and 10, San Diego 28-yard line. And I remind you, Saturday, ABC's Wide World of Sports World Figure Skating champions from Denmark. World champion figure skater Dazzle, it says here, including our own gold medalist, 2-time winner Scott Hamilton. He is really something. And Elaine Zayak, as well as the U.S. Pairs champions and bronze world medalists Kitty and Peter Crothers, and the International Ski Flying Championship from Austria. ABC's Wide World of Sports, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central this Saturday. 1st and 10, San Diego. Fouts, Winslow, close to a first down. Bo Harris and Ray Griffin defensively there for Cincinnati. Just a little shy of the first down. Winslow has not had the spectacular night that you are accustomed to this young man. But the slack has been picked up by Wes Chandler and Charlie Joyner on key receptions. Muncie, first down to the 42-yard line. Reggie Williams was there, as was Glenn Cameron, the inside linebacker on the right side for Cincinnati.
4 yards. First down.
7:20 here in the third quarter. And the teams continue to move up and down the field.
Well, this is the first time in the last 2 years I haven't seen Cincinnati able to use its defense to contain San Diego. And that's the key at this point.
Fouts looking for Chandler, almost picked off by Griffin. Chandler complaining that he was interfered against. Does not draw a flag. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
A lot of pressure on Dan then.
Yeah, you saw a little change up. They sent a couple of linebackers after. They had him on man-to-man coverage. You see Ray Griffin. Wes is trying to get on the inside.
He is in there a little tight.
He was a little tight. That's the new rule, too, and I don't understand it. Past 5 yards, you're not supposed to hit them. You can hit them once.
Fouts has 29 300-yard games. He has 298 yards tonight on 18 of 29. 2nd and 10. Wide open Chandler.
Yeah.
Chandler inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Ray Griffin just giving Chandler too much room. Even though he was in a zone, he was laying off too far.
The loss of Braden may be the key to this game in the long run. They're just chewing up Ray Griffin.
Well, they had a little zone that time. Ray was trying to hit him early, slow him down, release him to the safety, but he fell down, was not able to block it in there. Wes Chandler has close to, look there, 201 yards. My gosh.
He had 9 receptions last week against San Francisco and 3 touchdowns. Muncie. This time, one of the dollar plays of the night as Muncie is held for a yard gain.
I think they do that just to let the receivers catch their second win, because, you know, they broke the first one.
You might be right. Every one for Chandler seems to be a fly pattern. We have 696 combined here tonight, and there is the record.
8:34.
Philadelphia and St. Louis in 1962. Second down, 10. Fouts. Winslow again wide open, and a flag is down. Flag is down at the line of scrimmage. It came down late.
Oh boy.
Holding.
Holding.
What a call this is.
They'll bring it back, but once again, as in the first half, Kellen Winslow was left alone, wide open, as they try to put double coverage on Joyner, Chandler.
I love those sideline shots of Coryell. He's involved, isn't he?
We had multiple holding calls. Number 80 offense was holding. Number 63 offense was holding. Still second down.
Sometimes it takes two to hold them down, you know, when you got a big one over there. You're right, Don.
You know, Don Coryell says he loves this game.
Oh, he does.
He's got a maniacal way of showing it.
Ooh. Second down and 20. Ball inside the 49-yard line. Full blitz by Cincinnati. And good read. Look out.
He's gone.
Brooks. Great blocking on the left side. It was Wilkinson and Macy. Oh, he read it perfectly.
They caught it just right.
And what a great changeup by Fouts. And I'm sure it was a changeup.
This is a San Diego team living up to all of its ability. Awesome in its offense. Absolutely awesome. Reaching its peak against a team that has been its nemesis.
I think San Diego, the Bengals were #1 against the rush coming into this ball game.
Absolutely.
They were first in the NFL against the rush, but they caught him in a full blitz. Good blocking by Wilkerson and Masick. And Brooks, with the full blitz on, had no one in front of him.
Hit them where they ain't.
Lenershka, that's the extra point. 48-yard touchdown by James Brooks for San Diego.
He's going to catch his second win, too. And he broke his first one.
The little man can do it all. Good receiver, good return man. Lots of speed.
You see Bo Harris, 53, coming right in, runs right by him. He got Fouts, and there was a big hole. They're not even looking. There's still Oliver Davis is still trying to defend somebody, and Brooks is already gone. He's on Winslow over there.
I think a study should be made of Auburn.
Oh, man.
Brooks, Prince, Andrews.
5:24 remaining in the third quarter. Smile for us, Don. You're ahead. That's Tom Bass with the whiskers. They brought him in from Tampa Bay. Tom Bass, the defensive coordinator. He's a colorful man.
Hi. Hello, James.
The #1 draft pick a year ago, and as he paid enormous dividends.
Sorry about that, Forrest.
40-27. San Diego over Cincinnati. And we have 5:24 remaining in the third quarter. This is David Mercer from the 4-yard line. Mercer, fine return out of the 35 to the 36, and Cincinnati goes on the prowl.
And no flag.
All right, no flags. Hey, that was good coaching. A wild football game here in San Diego. And look at the scoring here in the third quarter.
It's not over yet, Giff.
The Bengals opened the lead with a 3-0, and then San Diego came back. It seesawed back and forth.
Most points scored against the Bengals since Forrest Gregg has been the coach.
More important, Chris Collinsworth is back in the lineup. First down and 10. Anderson, draw play, Johnson. And Johnson carrying Louis Kelcher, and that's a big load to carry over the 40-yard line for a gain of 6.
They're not booing. They're calling Louis.
What does this tell you about the San Diego offense? Not even 3 quarters yet, the most points scored against the Bengals since Gregg became the coach. Oh, what dynamite power.
He got a great performance out of his defense. It was actually all year, but particularly last week.
Second down 4. And Anderson to Kreider. He'll be short of the first down. And it'll be third and less than a yard. Andre Young, the rookie out of Louisiana Tech, defensively there for San Diego. Dan Fouts pulling it back together.
Another day at the office.
Nice man. I like his
Yes, he is.
style. Two tight ends in for Cincinnati. Dan Ross and Mo Harris. Anderson wants a bundle. And he does not get the completion. He tried to go to Johnson. He wanted to go deep. He had thoughts of hitting Ross deep, who faked the block, tried to get deep. Good coverage downfield is fourth down.
This is decision time, and apparently Greg has made his decision.
Pat McAnally, the punter, in the lineup.
Oh, boy.
You can always question that call.
I don't agree with this.
What? The punt? Or the play on third down?
I don't agree with the call on the previous play. I don't agree with this.
Well, we'll phone Forrest. McAnally. Beautiful punt. Brooks inside the 5-yard line. Well, you have to agree with that. San Diego with their 6.
Well, I don't agree with Brooks receiving that punt. He should have let it go.
I don't either. I thought it would have gone into the end zone.
What McAnally does so well is kick that ball, like Dave Jennings, so high that
they get under there, don't they?
Get down there under it so quickly.
Well, you don't understand, Frank. He's a Harvard man. He thinks when he kicks.
Oh, yeah, that has a lot to do with it. You're not doing those Eastern schools any favor. You know that.
I know.
Yeah.
6-yard line, San Diego. 94 yards away. They have a 40-27 lead. 3:37 remaining in the third quarter. This is Brooks. And Brooks can't quite turn the corner, but he gets a 9-yard pickup out over the 15-yard line. Bobby Kemp took him out of bounds.
We're at a point in time in this game where clearly Cincinnati cannot contain San Diego's awesome offense. Why call for the long pass on third down as they did, and then kick on fourth down with a foot to go?
Second down, 1. Clock stopped at 3:31 in the third quarter. Brooks again. He slips, he struggles, and tries to get the first. He'll be close, but I think he's short. 3:20 Brooks play.
3:15 and counting down in the third quarter. 13-point lead, San Diego.
And they mark it back now inside the 16-yard line, so it'll be third down and inches. I mentioned Brooks' combined yardage of a year ago. Only 2 rookies ever did better. Gale Sayers and Abner Haynes of the old Dallas Texans. Cappelletti. And Cappelletti has the first down. Looks over to the yard markers. Knows he's got it.
They're getting a lot of good play in that offensive line from Billy Shields, Wilkerson, White, Washington.
They really have. They have come together this year.
They're older, but they're slick, aren't they?
Mesa at center. Very valuable.
First down, 10. Muncy single setback for San Diego. Muncy. Up in the air goes the ball, and Cincinnati will cover.
Oh!
Cincinnati gets it back inside the 30-yard line. Muncy has been trouble throughout his career holding on to the ball, coughs it up.
That's the point, Frank, and that was what the Bengals needed to keep this game alive.
Bo Harris put the pop on Muncy that jarred it loose. Or he covered the fumble, rather. Let's see who puts the hit on him. Just actually hit the ball. And there's Bo Harris. 29-yard line, first down, Cincinnati. Anderson, a lot of time in and out of the hands of Collinsworth. That ball had a lot on it.
He had a lot of people around him, but he was still open. And that's one of your catchable balls.
Would you believe, with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter, we have had 412 yards of offense thus far in this quarter? That's only this quarter.
No. You tell 400 this quarter?
412 yards.
My. Funny.
Second down, 10. We'll watch from the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
Anderson trying to get the ball to Kreider, and Kreider was covered well. Jeff Allen was there. It'll be third down and 10.
What a crisis now for the Bengals. Field goal won't help them.
Yeah, it will.
There's a lot more scoring in this game tonight. You want to take what you can get. Third down, 10. Collinsworth again. Splits to Kenny Anderson's left. Isaac Curtis in the slot to your right.
That's
it. Complete is Dan Ross.
Big play.
And they're saying no, it was Trap San Diego saying that. But Ross with a fine catch. First down yardage. He knew exactly where he was. Moved around Lyndon King and was there.
Ball was thrown low. Maybe the best place to put it on a pass like this. Breaking off line of scrimmage. Not much trouble from Lyndon King. Goes down, picks up the yardage for his first down. Sees the ball coming in. Goes down and gets that baby right nestled in there.
First down, 17-yard line. Fouts. Harris. Yeah. ML Harris comes down with it in the end zone.
What a beautiful touch on that pass.
That was beautiful. That was lovely. Nice catch by Harris, but the ball was laid right over a linebacker, right in his hand. All right.
Cincinnati shortens it up once again.
What a game.
I love it.
Kenny Anderson, 34th completion tonight. That's the high for the year. And down the line a little bit is Richard Todd's NFL record of 42, set in 1980 against San Francisco.
You got to assume he sure got a good shot at that, because we're got another quarter to go.
And Breach brings the Cincinnati Bengals to within 6. ML Harris played 4 years up the Canadian Football League. One of those years he played with Forrest Gregg at Toronto. Gregg liked what he saw when he got the head coaching job at Cincinnati. He did not forget ML Harris.
That's really pretty.
Beautifully thrown ball.
Throw the ball. He really can. I've never seen him throw it better.
If you're going to hang one up, you may as well do it to a 6'5" tight end.
What's the Monday night record?
79. And
we are very close to beating it.
That record, by the way, 1980 here on Monday Night Football. Oakland against Pittsburgh. Oakland scored 45. Pittsburgh scored 34.
And that's when you said this team could win the Super Bowl. And you were right. I didn't believe
how they did it. They came down here and beat San Diego in the AFC Championship after the 80 season.
Ted Hendricks beat San Diego.
There's Brooks awaiting the kick of Jim Breach. Good kick by Breach. He's not noted for a distance kicker on kickoffs, but he puts it through the end zone. They were playing up very short. And San Diego will have a first and 10 at their 20-yard line. The statisticians, the computers are smoking. We'll reel off some records tonight. We have 109 remaining in the third quarter. Joyner splits left, top of your screen. Chandler is right. Muncy. Good call from Muncy. Give him the ball right back after he fumbles the ball. Give him a little confidence because he is an important part of the offensive machine of the Chargers. He gets 5 yards. Second down and 5. Muncy actually came in the second leading rusher tonight behind James Brooks. Fouts. Wide open is Joyner. First down, San Diego, 37-yard line.
Beautiful. Look left, through right. Joyner, precise route, knew just where he was.
And so much of it is taking place in front of the replacement for Louis Breeden, Ray Griffin.
Amazing how one step can make a lot of difference, isn't it?
Chandler split left, Joyner right. Muncy just surging forward out over the 40-yard line for a gain of about 3 yards. You know, when you fumble the ball frequently, as Muncy has done over his career, and most people who fumble the ball are just trying a little hard. Every one of those defensive backs and linebackers is always trying to pull it out. So it compounds your problem when you get that reputation, and that was what was going on right there. That is the final play of the third quarter. 40-34. The Chargers over Cincinnati. We'll return for the fourth quarter after this from our local stations. We begin the fourth quarter play from San Diego. The Chargers against Cincinnati. Second down and 7 for San Diego, their own 41. The NFL record book in dire straits here as we begin play in the fourth quarter. Fouts. Winslow inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. First down, San Diego. Winslow, Austin inside, 6'6", 250 pounds. He was wide open. He looked for a place to go. Bobby Kemp was right on there. And Winslow settles for the first at the 27-yard line. San Diego over Cincinnati. James Brooks, single setback. Here comes the blitz.
Good defensive play.
Big hit by Hicks, the free safety, number 27.
Now, this may have been the most important play of the game. The injury to Louis Breeden, number 34, the great defensive back. Watch this. A remarkable interception over Wes Chandler. And it appeared to us at the time that his ankle, you see him limping there, his right ankle, it seemed to us, was hurt. They reported a pulled groin.
Fouts falls, moving away from the center. He could have been stepped on by his pass blocking line. That will bring up a third down and long yardage as Fouts is dropped at the 33-yard line. Let's watch him pull away again. Oftentimes, one of your offensive linemen like that steps on your toe.
And that does happen. It's usually at center. Look at White. Well, anyway, White was trying to protect him after he was down.
They've reiterated to us that it was Breeden's groin. And the Chargers have chewed up Ray Griffin.
Third down, 15. They go back in that area once again. Chandler got to the outside. No matter whether it was zone or whether it was man for man, Ray Griffin was not there.
And they lost John Jefferson to the Green Bay Packers. Everybody say, what's that going to do to this pass offense? So they made him a little trade and picked up Wes Chandler from New Orleans. And he just came right in here, and I'm just told from the truck he's just broken his career high of yardage in a single game over 220 yards. How about that? Nice going west.
Who was it? James Lofton. Told you he was one of the best. He certainly is. First down at the 12-yard line.
Wide open over on the outside.
Fouts tries to get it into Dwight Scales, incomplete.
He was going for 6. He had Brooks wide open over again in that right flat. I see it coming from the ground level here. But he had his mind pretty well made up. He was going to come in over here to this right side, trying to get that down and in shot. The Shields, and it didn't quite get in there. It's Dwight Scales.
I've never seen a Hank Fuller defense riddle like this. It's just a tribute to the awesome offensive strength of this Georgia power.
Second down, 12. Full blitz once again. Fouts reads it. Tries to get it in the corner, and this time Ray Griffin was there.
Oh, Fouts got a pretty good lick that time.
Fouts is limping.
He sure did. They didn't have enough guys to pick him up. Didn't have a short route call. He had to wait a little bit, threw it up, and he took a lick. I'm not sure. It might have been Hicks. No, it's Bobby Kemp. And Reggie Williams hit him pretty good. That wobbling ball comes out there. It almost was a touchdown, though, because Ray Griffin almost overran it.
Third down and 10. The ball at the 12-yard line. Cincinnati blitzing everyone but the head coach on that last one. They're showing it again. Here they come. And a reverse. Good call. Brooks. Oh. He'll be short of the first down. Gets about 4 inside the 10, close to the 8-yard line. It'll be fourth down, and out comes Ralph Benershka.
Give him that. They closed that hole beautifully.
They did. You wonder if that call may have had something to do with Fouts being a little bit banged up. Maybe he wasn't able to drop back quite so quickly. Plus, they didn't want to come away from empty. They had to have some kind of points down here. So that pass could have led to an interception.
Benershka will be looking to increase San Diego's lead to 9. 27-yard attempt. Luther gets it down. Half a 9-iron. And San Diego has a 9-point lead. 11-29. And the only problem is they'll have to kick to Cincinnati. We'll be back with that in a moment. San Diego 4-2 on the season, looking to go 5-2 tonight to join Miami and the Jets at that mark. And of course the Raiders are 6-1. A victory by Cincinnati tonight, and they'll become 6-1. They come in tonight 5-1. Benershka to kick off. Mercer is back along with Rodney Tate. Mercer out of the end zone. And gets out to the 20-yard line. Reminder, tonight, Nightline will look at Lebanon 6 months after the Israeli invasion and the prospects for Syrian and Israeli troop patrols. That'll be Nightline tonight, so check your local listings.
Frank, I really believe I've been with this package 13 years. Began with Chet 40. We're the originals. This is the best game we've ever had. You've been with me for 12 years. Do you agree?
It is very indicative of the way pro football is going. If you like your offense, and I do, you're seeing a great one tonight. First down 10. Screen back across the field to Griffin.
Is that Johnson over there? That was. No, it wasn't.
A lot of action and very little yardage. A gain of maybe a couple. Archie Griffin.
Ferguson played that really well. He didn't make the tackle, but he slowed it down. That play was pretty well set up.
Now time begins to play. We've got 10:50 and counting down. Plenty of time in pro football, as you all know. But it's a fact. Bengals, from their point of view, must score.
Well, in about 10 minutes of the third quarter, they reeled off about 400 yards. Second and 8. Right on target. Collinsworth, and he has the first down at the 32-yard line.
Good to see Chris back in there. He took a really heavy lick on the hip. Evidently, he's moving a little bit. Maybe a slight limp. Look at him.
There have been so many great plays tonight, but certainly his catch and run was one of the remarkable plays as they soared to their last score.
Look at that protection that Anderson has there in the middle. That offensive line of his He's done a good job for him tonight.
32-yard line. First down, Cincinnati. Johnson finds a little opening on the left side, and he scrambles for about 4 yards. It'll be second down at 6. And every now and then, Don, you are right. You've got to run a play like that. It keeps the defensive line a little bit honest. They can't make total pass rush, but more than that, you've got to consider your receivers. They are running 30 to 40 to 60-yard wind sprints on practically every play.
And another thing you can do, too, Frank, when you pick up the 5 yards, you can use different patterns. You don't want to use the same patterns all the time. Now they can run shorter patterns and still pick up the first down.
Second down, 6. 37-yard line.
Blitz.
Anderson with a lot of time. Scrambles well, and he overthrows Johnson, or Johnson would have had a big gainer.
Wait a minute.
Might be a late hit.
I think it was.
Kenny Anderson.
Yep. Leroy Jones, I believe they're going to call.
And that's a good call.
I actually looked downfield, didn't see it that time.
Watch this.
I think he just stuck those forearms out a little too severely. They look after their quarterbacks nowadays.
Which I think is proper.
I do too.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 68 defense, first down.
It's just hard when you are making a judgmental decision to be consistent in an area such as that.
You know, they may have called it more than a late hit with what he hit him with. He hit him with that forearm.
Right. That's right. You're on target.
Oh, hey, man, I'm in it. I'm in this game. I'm in it.
First and 10, 48-yard line following the assessment. Johnson, one-man screen.
That's it.
Johnson close to another first down for Cincinnati. 34-43.
You know, Frank, in the whole melange of offensive success tonight, one of the things that's impressed me has been San Diego's ability to defend the quick sideline hitch to Johnson or whomever. And they've made certain key plays that have contained some of Cincinnati's favorites.
Well, they just got a first down out of this, but they're very close.
Finally, first time tonight. That's my point.
Inches short.
Inches short.
Last short of the first down.
Morris Gregg, Song Springs Wildcats. 22 miles from Mount Vernon.
8:41 left in the game.
We are 17 yards away from a new NFL record. Combined passing yardage of two teams.
By Jove, I think they'll get it.
They'll laugh that one off.
I think they'll get it.
Very short time. 8:35 and the clock is moving, remaining in the game.
The Rains in Spain.
Second down, inches.
Mainly in the plane.
Anderson will try to get a big one. Goes to Ross. He has the first down. Inside the 30-yard line, close to the 28. David Lewis covering as closely as you could. David Lewis, one of those defensive players brought in by Tom Bass from Tampa Bay.
The timing required this pattern is to get it just as quickly as you can after he makes that break from the linebacker. He's not going to be open by much, but he can be open in there. And that's what he did. Just zipped it in there as soon as he released from linebacker.
7 yards away from an all-time NFL passing record for yardage.
Gifford. 28-yard line, first down. The blitz, they pick it up, and Kreider cannot hold on. Kenny, I think, had a little more time than he thought he was going to have. Good pickup by his big back, Johnson, stepping up there.
That's absolutely right.
There's Big Dan.
He knows his night's not over.
Oh, but what a player. What a great player.
Bengals trailing by 9. Second down, 10. Anderson. Picked off.
Look at
Tim Fouts. And he's brought down from behind. Kreider made the tackle that collected Tim Fouts, and he is another player that Tom Bass helped bring in from New England to bolster their defense.
Well, probably have to call this one a bad throw. I didn't see what he was trying to do with it. I don't think he saw Fouts coming there. He did get some pressure. Got more than I thought, actually. Tim Fouts was sitting right in there from his free safety position. Picked it up.
That'll be Timmy's biggest play of the year. That was the key intercept we talked about at the very start of the game. This turns the ball game.
Oh, man.
We've turned this game more times than one tonight. There'll be a lot more. 7:29 remaining. 1st and 10. 47-yard line, San Diego. 7 yards away from the NFL record combined passing yardage set in 1962. Just, well, it was December the 20th. It was December the 16th. And we need a 7-yard pickup, and we'll have to go back to the printer with next year's NFL book. 1st and 10, San Diego. 35-yard return of the interception by Tim Fouts. 47-yard line of the Bengals. That was short hop. Incomplete. Joyner says, yeah, a little bit like baseball in some respects when you complain about a strike or something, because Joyner knew they'd get that, but he made a little suggestion. Might make it tougher for the official next time around to call it.
That was pretty close. A little closer on that replay than I thought. I thought it bounced pretty good.
It did, but it touched the ground.
Chandler stood out top of your screen. He has been a force tonight. Joyner's to the left. Here comes the blitz. Fouts.
Yeah.
Chandler, new record, and a first down for San Diego at the 27-yard line.
Oh, and Fouts really
hit again.
Really did get hit. My gosh, he got a good one.
They don't play it safe, though, do they, huh?
They really don't.
What an awesome team offensively. Just awesome.
This was what killed him in the regular season a year ago, the blitz, when they sacked Fouts 6 times. He's picking it up with his offensive line and his backs, and he is waiting till the receivers uncover, and he gets strikes like this.
I think it's big Ross Browner that came in there.
They mark it at the 28. First down, 10, San Diego. Brooks. What a nifty player. First down, San Diego. 16-yard line. Little man, 5'9", 177 pounds. First-round draft pick a year ago. Does it all.
Their running plays are run off of passing formations, which even makes them more effective. There it is right there, folks. How about that? All part of a little history.
Frank came to the Giants in '51. I've been watching this game since before Pearl Harbor. I don't think I've ever seen a greater offensive team.
That's one of your better ones. I love that. First time you did it with Pearl Harbor. I love.
Uh-oh, Fouts again. Trips pulling away from the center.
Oh, no.
Alley-oop.
Okay, threw it away.
I don't know whether he just tripped. He's backed away from that center so many times tonight he might be a little tired, or whether he was stepped on by an offensive lineman again.
It's usually they try to make a quick step back, and that's the center.
There it is.
Same.
The center got him, Masick.
Frank.
I remember Pearl Harbor, yes.
You're not a grandfather yet.
My little darling. She's just about.
Any moment now. You've joined the crowd. Congratulations, my friend, prematurely.
Second down and 10. Brooks. Goodbye. Easy 6.
No, they're going to call it back.
Flag is down.
Flag down. Holding.
He's going to call Doug Wilkerson for one of those pushing things.
One of those pushing things.
Yeah. I saw it.
How about a holding thing?
No, he really didn't hold him. I guarantee he just was running over him and pushed him.
Wonder if Don Coryell realizes he's part of history tonight.
Don Coryell's not sure he's in San Diego.
boot. They back it up 5, so instead of a touchdown, it'll be 2nd down and 15. A scampering little James Brooks. He has been the extra dimension for the Chargers tonight. Zip. Chandler.
Oh, did he lay that in
there? He can catch that ball in any position. He does remarkable things.
He does a lot of them sliding into second, too.
He caught at every possible angle against San Francisco a week ago last Saturday. And he caught 1 touchdown just like that. 1st down, goal to go.
He made that 1 catch in the end zone. I've never... Look at that. 254 yards. Breaks the team record set by Lance Allworth in 63. Well, congratulations, Wes. You've had a heck of a night.
That's when they used to throw the ball a lot.
Yeah. And John Hader.
Brooks. Look at the little man. Try to get the ball into the end zone. Good defensive play. Ken Riley was up there. And an injured Bengal, and that is their fine linebacker, Glenn Cameron. And he is an agony. Second down, goal to go. .4:15, the clock is moving. Capoletti struggling short of the end zone. It'll be 3rd down, goal to go, and inches away.
I tell you, Don, these are 2 great and proud football teams. And the Dallas Cowboys will have a tough time beating either of them. If either of these teams gets to the Super Bowl and Dallas does, it'll be some showdown.
We'll have a good Super Bowl team, no matter who gets there. And the thing that the new playoff system, you know, it really is. That's like that sudden victory thing you talk about. That's going to make it a little bit more complicated. You lose one of those games and you're out of it.
3rd down, goal to go. Brooks,
he broke the play.
They needed that one.
Yeah, they did.
3:43 remaining in the game. And
what a night.
Is extended by San Diego.
What a night for that young man.
I didn't realize that. The night he's run for 3, hasn't he? Sure has.
He has been a factor tonight.
High-scoring game in Monday Night Football history, and the young man from Auburn on a 2nd consecutive night on Monday Night Football. Last night, a Sunday night special. It was William Andrews. These 2 men were teammates tonight. It's James Brooks. What a pair.
Kanushka for the conversion. To make it a 16-point lead for San Diego. NFL record, in case you're into those things, 113 points. And we are now 84 points. No, stick around. Frank Gifford, Howard Cosell, Don Meredith watching a genuinely fun football game tonight. Not so much for Cincinnati at the moment. We'll be moving on next Monday night. We'll be in Miami. Watch the Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills.
This crowd has gone bananas. This may be the biggest night in the history of San Diego football. Let's listen to the music.
They have won 3 Western Division championships of the AFC. San Diego. They've never had a thriller like this one. At least in terms of offensive output. Here's Rodney Tate. And Tate out close to the 24-yard line, where Cincinnati will have it back, and they now are in a little bit of trouble.
In the days of the old American Football League, they had John Hadle, they had Bambi, Lance Allworth, they had Ernie Ladd and Earl Faison and Paul Lowe. And Sid Gilman was the coach, and they were a great team. But the AFL then was not accepted. Now they're part of the NFL. And this is the night for the Chargers to show their charge of power.
First down and 10. 23-yard line. Anderson back. Anderson down. Number 79, Gary Johnson, who's played a terrific ball game tonight defensively for San Diego.
He has really played well all night. In the very first quarter, he was just that little edge and quickness. See, Kelcher moved him out of the pocket.
Now, Cincinnati goes quickly on 2nd and 15. It's complete. Collinsworth. And he gets some of it back. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
They're going without a huddle.
Three minutes remaining in the game. Flag is down, and Anderson goes out to Archie Griffin. Griffin breaks the tackle. Good. No whistle blown, but a flag is down. Could be holding. Is holding. You know, you spoke of the old AFL. I wonder what Paul Brown, the president and general manager, thinks of the game today. I'm thinking of the All-American Football Conference that he brought up to parity with the NFL. A little more than parity, because when they joined the NFL back in the late 40s, and I guess it was 1950, they promptly went in and beat Philadelphia, the NFL champion.
And he did it with the pass. He did it with Otto Green and Dante Lavelli.
I did not mean to set you off.
That was after. Was that after Pearl Harbor?
That was after Pearl Harbor.
After Pearl Harbor.
Third down, 15, following the penalty. Anderson looking. Gets it to Griffin. And Archie. Corral there at the 25-yard line. And it will be 4th down. Andre Young is the injured San Diego Charger. Slow getting up.
And you were a defensive back.
I'm glad I'm not today.
Another unbelievable statistic that's just come up on the truck. The first time, I believe I got this right, in NFL regular season play, the quarterbacks on each team have thrown for more than 400 yards. And that's before or after Pearl Harbor.
Rookie 10th round draft pick, Andre Young.
It's a scoop.
Is still on the carpet being treated.
There you go, right there. 4:15, 4:35.
2:23 remaining in the game. Let's go back and look at it. Archie Griffin just drifts out. He's the checkoff man. Nothing doing downfield.
That was Kelcher that came in 74, put some pressure. They blew the whistle right there because they didn't give him the out of bounds. We have an injured player.
No, he looked like he got hit right in the jaw, but they are working on his legs. 1,300 plus no-shows, not bad. Blackout, of course, lifted in the area.
By the way, Frank, the City Fathers have just approved an increase or an expansion of this ballpark, and they will go to 60,000 capacity in the future.
They'll handle them. I think Andre Young had muscle cramps. They were stretching out. You saw them bending his feet backwards to stretch out those muscles. And meanwhile, 4th down, Pat McAnally in the game. He will punt, and James Brooks has dropped for San Diego to just about his 33-yard line. But the only thing he has not done tonight is run one of these back. And someday soon he will. Short kick. Bearcats called for and executed by Wes Chandler up at the 43-yard line. Good field position. And a little rhubarb breaks out.
I bet Hank Bauer's close to it.
Bauer, captain of the special teams, almost a cult hero here in San Diego. He goes down like a kamikaze pilot on every one of their special teams.
Let's look at the key play in this game. The key interception on Kenny Anderson by Timmy Fouts.
He's got some pressure. Came in again from our guy we've been talking about quite a bit tonight. And that's big Leroy Jones. And Tim Fox.
They gave up a second and a third-round pick to get him. Right there, it was worth it. Big play. First and 10, 41-yard line. Muncie. Line of scrimmage, and that's it. We're going to get the 2-minute warning. A long game, obviously, with all the passing, but so enjoyable. We hope you are enjoying, and we'll be back in San Diego in a moment. .156 remains of the game. Another record that has gone by the boards is combined completions of two quarterbacks. We've had 66 tonight. Record was 65, set by Montana and Fouts a week ago last Saturday. They all love their football here in San Diego. She isn't enjoying her night. Second down and 10. San Diego has the football. Their own 41-yard line. Cincinnati has 3 timeouts remaining. Muncie. Chargers looking for first downs, and they'll get a timeout now, I believe, called by Cincinnati. Yes, they do.
Frank, notice that in the final quarter, the San Diego defense has held the remarkable Kenny Anderson and a great Cincinnati team scoreless.
Well, it's what they always felt they have needed here for the past 3 years. They've had the offense. They've won 3 Western Division championships. They'd roll up 400 or 500 yards on offense every game, but they'd lose the game, or they'd lose some of them. And they've made a lot of changes. They brought in Tom Bass as defensive coordinator for Tampa Bay. Remember in 1979, Tampa Bay were #1 in the league in defense. They weren't far off in 1980 and 81. So they brought in players to bolster that. They gave away a lot of draft picks, but they have a lot coming up next year. They have 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, and 2 4s next year, so they could afford to go for the defensive players like Timmy Fox, Dave Lewis, just to name a couple of them.
Air Cordial from Cincinnati. I think, look at that. I think a word must be said about Gene Klein, the principal owner of the San Diego Chargers. He's lived through 2 heart attacks. This team is his life, and tonight's his fulfillment.
Flag goes down on 3rd down and 8. Capelletti makes the line of scrimmage, that's all. This goes against Cincinnati. It's sayonara time. Face mask. Not a flagrant foul. So it's 5 yards.
79 defense. Face mask. 5 yards only. It's still 3rd down.
There is one more obstacle for this team, and that's the Raiders.
They get to play the Raiders twice this year.
That's right.
Yes.
And they have Baltimore next Sunday here in San Diego, do the Chargers. And then the Raiders will close out the season January 2 right here. 3rd down 3. A first down will put it away for sure. There it is. Browner takes Muncie to the carpet, but not until he gets the first down. As for Cincinnati, their record will go to 5-2. They will join the Jets in Miami behind the Raiders 6-1 in the American Football Conference. And Cincinnati will entertain Seattle next Sunday at home, and then they close out the season January 2 against the Houston Oilers. Both these teams will be in the playoffs. Little or no question. The Bengals down to 1 timeout. 1st and 10, San Diego, 47-yard line of Cincinnati. Says a lot about the fans of San Diego. Most of them still remain. Chargers on top by 16 points. 1:23 remaining in the game. San Diego with the 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Cincinnati. This game is iced, and still most of the fans remain.
They can't go anywhere. It's hard to get out of this stadium.
Muncie to the line of scrimmage.
The telecast presented by the authority of the National Football League is intended for the private use of our audience, and the rebroadcast other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited.
And Cincinnati expires their allotment of 3 timeouts. Kenny Anderson He was oh so good.
But he needed 2 more completions to break.
He needed 2 more.
2 more. He may not get the ball back.
Chances are they will not get it back.
How about that, folks?
It's been a phenomenal game. It really has.
Freddie Young was on that New York Yanks team. He was fun to watch. Tom Fears was on that. There's Gene Klein. You were talking about him a moment ago, Howard?
Yes, and what a great moment for him. The nemesis team. And there still remains the other team, the Raiders. He remembers very well after the strike, the game we did on Monday night. His team built up a 24-0 lead against the L.A. Raiders, only to lose 28-24. But this team means so much to him.
Tim Fox being congratulated by Gene Klein. He really has got his entire heart into football nowadays. He, of course, built up a tremendous empire in the world of business. And now his main interest, and he takes a deep interest, is the San Diego Chargers. Second down and 10. Familiar refrain coming your way.
Good things must end. I call it tonight.
It'll be third down and 10, and Cincinnati can't stop the clock.
And tomorrow start the same old thing again.
That's better than Old Blue.
Yep.
Roger Miller eats your heart out.
Oh, yeah.
In the right business, you could have been a big man.
Engine number 9, coming down the railroad line. How much farther back did she get on?
Just a little background, Don. I'll recap.
All right.
Once again, 66 completions by both teams. That's a new NFL record. First time in a regular season play in the NFL. 2 quarterbacks over 400 yards. Most passing yardage by both teams in one game. At this point, 883 yards. Capelletti. And the clock will run out. That was Cincinnati. And Cincinnati will go to 5-2. The Chargers are 5-2.
This has been a fun night. I enjoyed this one.
They'll be next Sunday against Seattle for Kenny Anderson at home. He congratulates Dan Fouts. Deep admiration on the part of both of these great quarterbacks for each other. Gene Klein congratulating Don Coryell, who came 4 games into the 78 season and won Western Division titles in the following 3 years. And Chris Collingsworth doing his thing. Guys. And they're coming into the locker room exhausted, I think, as much as anything by the emotion that this game has generated. 50-34 in San Diego over Cincinnati by 16 points. We hope you've enjoyed, and we'll be back with the final word in a moment. Once again, the final score, the San Diego Chargers defeat the Cincinnati Bengals 50-34. Remember, stay tuned for ABC News Nightline after your local news, 11:30 on the West Coast. Over most of these ABC stations, travel arrangements made through, and a promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. That's what Friendly Skies are all about. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television. We will see you from Miami next Monday night. It'll be the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for being with us. Have a nice holiday.